and like I'm evidence that that's not what Parker's doing to you.
No. I mean, you're direct evidence of you're a veteran, and I respect that, and that really is huge. But I've had battle buddies, is what we call them.
Well,
but
before you do, I want to go back to the point that we were making. So I want to drive this home a little bit.
Yeah.
See if I can.
Yeah.
So if you agree with us that Donald Trump calling for the termination of the Constitution, all the rules, regulations, and articles, even those found in the Constitution, if you were to support him, that would be breaking your oath. Then you would agree with us. You don't support him anymore, correct?
Wow, what an interesting take on that, because it's like you're like, do you support Donald Trump? And that's why I could talk to you, is because I wanna figure out what you're doing and whether or not you support him. The reason why I support him is because he's just on the basic level, he's a dum-dum. Don't get me wrong, he's a dum-dum. But he's like somebody that cares about First and Second and Third and Fourth Amendment rights. Like, can you?
What did your oath say? Like, what was your oath?
Can I give an explicit example how recently he passed an executive order where he wanted to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, which was determined by the Supreme Court to be protected by the First Amendment?
Did he actually do that?
Yes.
Is that
actually
literally
did
law?
that, yes.
So
My buddy Jay,
if I burn a flag, do I go to jail?
Yes, my buddy Jay, who is a 30-year combat veteran who was awarded a Bronze Star, and I can send you his profile. He's at the Capitol.
I can send you my dad's profile.
No, it's fine. This is important. This is relevant, dude. I promise. So like I have a lot of really, really awesome like a circle of veteran folks, of friends, but they're all at the Capitol right now. Right now, they're at the Capitol. They're in front of the White House, protesting, and so the reason why I bring up Jay specifically is because he just burned a flag, a 30-year combat veteran who remembers his oath, as a symbol of this is my right. And he did it calmly, peacefully. There was no riot. There was no nothing. Nobody reacted in the crowd. There was a cleared off
war he was in.
Huh?
Can I ask you what war he was in? Just real quick.
30 years. So that he would have done he would have been around for Iraq, Afghanistan. I don't know his specific deployment.
So you just automatically just assume.
I don't remember every single. I'm sorry if this makes me a bad person, but I don't remember every single deployment that every single one of my friends has been on. My bad.
Yeah, but it's very easy for me to contact in my head. I go oh,
this is a huge story. It's all over social media right now.
Is it?
Yes.
No, it's awesome to hear about it. I mean, obviously, I respect every veteran that I've ever come in contact with.
Given this is true, would you say you don't support Trump anymore?
If I was to just assume that
got arrested. That was the point I was trying to make.
Potentially,
he got arrested, and he got arrested. That was why I was trying to make that point. Sorry.
If this potentially fictional scenario was true, then I would go, yep. And I'm a combat veteran. I can tell you exactly. I was in Operations Iraqi Freedom.
Diabolical.
Yeah,
Holy fuck.
Yeah, you agree with us that given that it's true, you wouldn't support him anymore, correct?
Wait, support the president?
Yes.
If what?
If it's true that he is violating the First Amendment by wanting to put people in prison for a year for burning the American flag, right? In that circumstance,
then he's a domestic terrorist. Then he is a domestic terrorist.
Show you proof. Hold on. So if I could show you proof right now.
No, Parker,
that this happened.
I get it. I get how you're going geez, while he's saying this, but no, that I would absolutely back that. Yes,
wait,
you're right.
Okay, so then again, which would mean you wouldn't support him, right?
If I did have evidence of this president not backing the First Amendment, by the way, not allowing people to burn flags, let's say Fourth Amendment, just doing search and seizure at will or something like that. Yeah, I'm not going to support that president. What the fuck? Obviously I wouldn't.
Okay, so
sorry,
it is true. We can show you. By the way, I can't play it on the
I can, but I can show you.
No, we can't. We can't play it on TikTok because of what they do.
Yeah, can you guys just send me a link? no, change my mind. Absolutely.
Can I at least show the like I won't show the video footage. Can I at least show that there's articles about it?
Yeah.
Geez, yeah. I want to see that. Yeah.
Like obviously this is like the AI overview, and so I can go really quickly past, but this is August 25th.
That veteran was arrested for burning an American flag in protest of President Trump executive order aimed at curbing flag desecration, claiming it was an exercise of his First Amendment rights.
There's videos, like, and I'm not gonna show those. This is like there's videos of it, okay?
They arrested this guy?
Yes.
That's terrible. Yeah.
He's there with my friend Lainey, who was a trans my friend, like, so I have a friend called Ryan who just got arrested without being given due process. So somebody else.
You have a first person example of it.
Yeah, like I'm telling you that I happen to be friends because I don't just do this advocacy stuff online. We do this stuff offline. That's how I know who he is because I engage with my community.
Well, I love that for both of you. I
was at the Austin Capitol for Nicole Collier recently, and standing in protest for her like unlawful, like they essentially trapped a black woman in the building of the Capitol when she was just saying, I don't want to sign a permission slip. You can take me down, Parker, if you want. But yeah, she doesn't want to sign a permission slip saying that cops are going to need to be escorting her to like to and from her home and all that because of the recent gerrymandering situation.
So that is so direct evidence, and that's the sort of thing that I change my mind about when I see it. You know what I mean? That is exactly the sort of thing. You know, Parker, you get a lot of people that are just 100% just like, I don't care whatever evidence you bring to my head, I'm gonna decide that it's terrible and that you're wrong. And I don't like that for you. You know what I mean? I'm a pretty strong, I'm 38, but I'm a liberal. You know what I mean? I've leaned into kind of like pro-America stuff a little bit, and I think that's okay to do.
I think it's pro-America to advocate for universal health care, childcare, housing affordability, like to address the climate crisis that's affecting the globe. I think that's what's pro-America. I don't think it's pro-America specifically to support people like Donald Trump, and I think that's like antithetical to being pro-America, especially because he's kicking 420,000 children off of free school lunch and breakfast every month on average. 10 million people off their health insurance, 2.5 million people off of their food stamps on average per month, adding $3.4 trillion to the debt, along with literally giving disproportionate tax breaks to millionaires and billionaires. That's not pro-America. It is pro-America to be anti-Trump, right? To be against Trump, especially when he's undermining our rule of law, our court system, our democratic values, our constitution, right? Immigration, plenty of different aspects that are core to this nation's values.
If I gave you a series of national values that have been, boosted through his presidency, do you think that you'd be as amenable to the conversation as I am being to you? If I told you that it's antithetical to American values to have criminals run rampant, if I told you, now you can look at me like that, but
who's actually doing that is, I think it's Trump. I don't think it's the Biden-Harris administration.
You think Trump is the criminals that are shooting people?
Trump released violent rioters who beat police officers on January 6th.
I live in Vancouver, Washington. It's the Pacific Northwest. It's the kindest, nicest part of the world that America has. You know what I mean? The kindest set of the world that America has is the Pacific Northwest, and we have Polynesian and Filipino people that are just running rampant, like stealing cars and shooting people. No,
bro.
I really fucking thought that is so disappointing because he literally did he not just say that that's the kind of evidence I need to change my mind?
Literally.
And then he turns around seconds later and starts to say some like disgusting, like Zionist type, like all sorts of, it's just gross.
That was horrible. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was horrible.
Thanks, dude. I appreciate you always for having me up, man. And I haven't got to check my like gifts, but I do want to tell y'all, everybody, like, thank you. Seriously, y'all are awesome. And W mods, because I saw you all doing the work in there. So, but appreciate you, Parker.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Appreciate you coming up.
See you, man.
I'm going to thank some people real quick, and then we're going to go into the next person. We also are going to be co-hosting with Santana for like an hour or so. I think that's how long he said that he can be on. We're going to be co-hosting with him for like an hour or so. I need to thank some people real quick. Catch up, everyone. If you want to support me, as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, everybody. James, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much, James. Give me some W's for James in the comment section right now. Thank you so much, James. I really appreciate it. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Obviously, you can acknowledge things that are good, but then also acknowledge that it's a net negative impact. But then also simultaneously, you look into everything. If you agree with things, you agree with them. If you don't, you don't. You know. Players, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Bell, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you so much. Alexander, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $20. Thank you. Parker does silence the pro mustache community. Low key true. Noel, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. Thank you so much. Sray with the $50. Thank you so much, Sray. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Sray in the comment section right now. Lando with the $20. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. I just saw that again. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Get some W's for Lando in the comment section right now. I did just answer that same question. Thank you. I really appreciate it. As well as Andrew, thank you so much for the $5. David with the $2. Allison with the $5. Thank you. Tyler with the $25 for Blinker. Happy Saturday. I got you. I got you. I got you. Tyranny, thank you so much. Really appreciate the dollar. Dana, thank you so much for the dollar. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Carly, thank you so much for the $10. Line of God, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Let's go on the next person here. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. What's good? How you doing?
Hey, how's it going?
It's going good. Going good. How are you doing tonight? It's fine night.
Good. Listen, like, first and foremost, I'm in the Pacific Northwest as well, and that guy stopped.
You cut out. What'd you say? Your pause currently.
Oh, sorry, I was trying to fix this. I said I'm in the Pacific Northwest as well, and that guy he's absolutely lying. Yes, there is certain levels of crime in certain areas, specifically in the cities, but the Pacific Northwest is not rampant with carjackings and things like that. There's different parts of Washington state that is affected by different levels of crime, but it's definitely not that.
Literally, I was like, what is he talking about? That was so wild. I felt like it was just productive too. Like I felt like I just changed his mind, and then it was like, oh,
like it's always the ones that, like, you're right there and you're getting ready to finish, and then boom, no more.
I know, right? All right, let's go on to the next person. Everyone, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everybody, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Just letting everyone know I have about 2 hours and 20 minutes or so left on the stream. 2 hours and 20 minutes or so left on the stream. All righty, let's go on to the next person. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up. I'd really appreciate it, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? All right, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
36.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes.
And why is that?
Because he supports trans rights.
He supports trans rights?
Yeah.
No, he doesn't.
Yes, he does.
Do you think it's supporting trans rights to kick trans people out of the military?
Well, no, but did you see the?
Can you name one way in which Donald Trump? Can you name one way in which Donald Trump is supporting trans rights?
He passed Executive 14168.
Okay, I think that person's trolling. Let's go to the next person.
Has to be. Absolutely.
Literally. Max, thank you so much for the $20. Thank you so much. People need to remember that the First Amendment was included in the Bill of Rights specifically to protect unpopular speech. You may not like a flag burning, but it is undeniable that it is your constitutional right to do so. Very true. Gall, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $5. Thank you. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Absolutely. Let's go on the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet this the criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm
How old are
21.
you? Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
What's your birth year?
2004.
And you said you're how old again?
I'm 21. I was born February 13th.
Okay, for sure. Why do you support Donald Trump?
The main thing is I don't really agree at all with any abortions. Like, that's a big factor for me. And I also didn't like a lot of open border policies that Biden had.
Okay. I have a question. So in terms of abortion, what is the reason why you think abortion should be illegal?
The main reason is because you don't want to kill people that are already being born.
People that are born?
I feel like they have reserved the right to live a life if two people decided to
You mean
have
unborn,
intercourse
right?
for minutes. What'd you say?
You mean unborn, right?
Well, technically, yes, but
Okay, so then here's my question. So what is a person?
Someone who is a human, like that's been from intercourse. I know it's an embryo in the womb.
Where does conception occur in the human body?
In the womb?
No. Try again.
Conception?
Yeah.
Where else would it be?
Just try it. Give me some guesses. Let's hear. What do you got?
Your thing?
What?
Dude, I don't know what you're asking.
Where does conception occur in the human body? I'm just trying to see if you can figure it out. I'm giving you more than one guess, man.
The uterus.
No, that's the womb, and no, it does not start in the uterus. That's not where conception occurs. So where in the human body does conception occur? Try again.
The vagina?
No, that wouldn't make any sense.
Dude,
I would love for you to try to explain that process. Try again.
I'm gonna get it wrong, so just tell me.
No, just keep trying. I want to keep hearing your try. So just genuinely curious.
Once they come outside, like
what?
Like once they're out of the human, like once the embryo is like in the real world, is that conception?
No,
bro is spiraling.
What?
Pull up,
bro. How about this? What is conception?
When two people have intercourse.
No, conception is not two people having intercourse. What are you talking about?
Like when they have the baby.
Where does fertilization occur? By the way, he thought intercourse happened in the uterus. What?
He also thought that they were impregnated once the baby's outside.
When the egg and sperm.
None of this is making sense.
Dude, bro, you don't listen. Like I'm just trying to. I don't. When the egg and sperm cell like interact in the uterus.
So fertilization, it's not in the uterus. So try again. Where in the human body does fertilization occur?
In the egg cell, in the female.
In the egg cell? What? No. No, the egg cell and the sperm cell.
Why are we even talking about this? I'm talking about like
so where in the human body? Where in the human body? Come on.
Someone
it doesn't matter where they're a human once you've had sex and you became pregnant.
No.
What?
Do you think every time someone has sex that there's a kid?
Okay, I mean, you know what I meant. I meant like when they have sex and they become pregnant.
Are you looking it up?
No. I just have to
I'm like, dude, he hasn't read it. You haven't read it from the chat yet? This is kind of embarrassing, dude.
Fallopian tubes? Is that it? Okay, dude. I mean, it doesn't matter where.
Go ahead.
It does. Now my question is like even more pertinent. If you don't know the basic stuff about conception, what gives you the right to dictate whether women have to conceive or not? You're muted. You're muted, bud.
He's unmuted, actually.
Oh.
Silenced?
It looks like he's muted on my side.
It says it says mute, so I hit him a mute. Oh, it's glitched. Here, let me try this one. Oh, he got the glitch where he can't unmute. Hey, dude, just send a guest request back. You got that glitch?
Please come back. Please come back.
Glitch where like I can't unmute you. So just send a guest request back. I'm gonna send a guest request right back, and I'll add you back up. If you're on YouTube, everyone hit that thumbs up. It will help get it out to more people. If you're on TikTok, do tap that screen. It will help get it out to more people as well. Amanda, thank you for the $10. Thank you. Sarah, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Oh, W Ryder. Bloody, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $10. Thank you. Thank you. That would be a bit of a long thing for me to explain currently. Max, again, thank you so much for the $20. Again, I really appreciate it.
I got him.
You got him? All right, for sure.
Yeah.
I don't know what that glitch was, but
sure.
I hate that. I hate that argument. Like, oh,
what argument? The one that I said?
Like that you're a man, so you don't get to dictate.
No, that wasn't the argument. The argument is if you don't know the basic information about conception, why should your voice matter? Why should you be able to dictate who can or cannot conceive or make a decision about not conceiving?
I just didn't know exactly where the egg cell was located.
No, you just didn't know where pregnancy occurred, or not pregnancy, conception in the human body. So here, that's fine. We'll keep going. Like, let's see where you go with this. Do you think it's ever acceptable for a baby to be put into a freezer?
Alive?
Yeah.
Why would that be ever acceptable?
Do you think it would ever be okay to put a live baby in the freezer?
No, obviously not.
Okay, so then embryos must not be like babies, right? Because you wouldn't say that we should be able to legally freeze embryos, right?
No.
So under your view, you'd be able to say that it's totally okay to put live babies in the freezer.
I said no to that. You can't put babies in the freezer. What do you mean?
Oh, so you think it should be illegal to freeze embryos?
I think embryos shouldn't see the light of day till they're born in the hospital.
What the hell is this guy saying? I'm saying, should it be illegal to freeze embryos?
He doesn't know about IVF.
Yes, I guess so. It should be illegal.
Bro doesn't know about IVF.
It should be illegal. You can't freeze anything with human value.
He said it should be illegal to freeze embryos. So people who freeze embryos, right? Do you think they should go to prison?
If it's going to kill them only, then yes.
No, it doesn't kill them. So you think it's okay to put babies in freezers so long as they don't die?
Not babies. Whatever.
It's okay to throw your infants in freezers, everybody, just so long as they don't die.
So apparently, there's a process where like do you put embryo to grow them or something? I'm gonna guess you put an embryo in the freezer.
What is IVF?
It's to protect it.
What is IVF?
Help the embryo grow and strengthen without the woman.
Who can say?
No one knows
where the road goes.
Oh my
how about this?
God.
Sorry here. What does IVF? What does IVF stand for?
You really want me to guess?
Go ahead.
Infertile. But something's, dude. I can't even come up with words. But that's not the point. My main just thought
in vitro fertilization. That's totally fine. That's totally fine. But I don't think that you think that that's murder for people to like. Do you think that people who engage in the IVF process are serial murderers because they discard multiple zygotes and embryos per person, meaning they kill multiple zygotes and embryos per person? Under your view, they'd be serial baby murderers. So do you think serial baby murderers should go to prison?
It depends how developed the embryo is.
It depends how developed.
What?
Okay, so now it's not based on conception. So at what point do you consider it a person? Because it's not based upon life at conception. Because you said the stage of development matters. So at what stage of development do you now consider it a person?
When it has like thinks and heartbeat and stuff like that.
Heartbeat? What about a heartbeat? Does that matter? What?
Wait, hold on. Are you saying an embryo has a heartbeat?
No, dude. Like before it's born, it'll have a heartbeat in the womb. So like when it gets that, you shouldn't be.
When?
I think it's like 27 weeks or something.
No, it's a lot earlier than 27 weeks. But if you're okay with applying value after 27 weeks, you know, we're cool with that. You know, let's agree with you. Heartbeat begins at 27 weeks.
27 weeks.
At 27 weeks, do you think then it should be considered valuable?
Definitely.
Okay,
I think it should be considered valuable.
So before then, you should legally be able to get access to an abortion, right?
I think, honestly, probably.
Okay. So, by the way, he agrees with Roe versus Wade. Actually,
absolutely agree.
He wants Roe versus Wade to be 3 years later than it is.
Based.
So, what do you believe that you should have an abortion past that?
No.
By the way, after viability, be up to the states. So, after viability, it's an induction of labor. Did you know that? Meaning that like it's not going to lead to the death of the of the fetus. It's gonna just be like the early birth.
I think
so. Honestly, it sounds like you're pro-choice. So what's the reason why you support Trump? Because it's clearly not because you're pro-life.
Clearly, it couldn't be. You don't know anything about that. Don't ever try to have that argument again, ever in your life.
Okay, bro. I still pro-choice. I thought it meant like up until like almost like where they're almost getting ready to.
No, dude,
birth.
your view says essentially every abortion that occurs, right? There should be legal status for that. Like that's what your view is.
No, I'm saying abortion should be illegal.
You literally didn't just say that. You literally just said up to 27 weeks.
Well, it's still you can still get an abortion after 27 weeks.
It's birth, bro.
Who can say where the road goes? Okay, come on. Okay, when should it be legal? When should it not be legal? How about you tell me?
I think that most people will say heartbeat. I just said that, but honestly, like when it should be like illegal should be like when it actually like it's not just like a clump of cells. Like I think some people who advocate, oh, it's a clump. Like no, like
when does it not become a clump of cells?
Like when it actually takes form, like it looks like a human.
So that's at what point?
I think it's like 16 weeks or something.
16 weeks. Okay. So by the way, one, you don't even know when it is that you're referencing. Two, if you want to reference it being at 16 weeks,
up if you want.
Then you disagree with Donald Trump and you think it should be Roe versus Wade is in place because it is the case that you would want to protect access to most abortions.
He's absolutely advocating for Roe. You absolutely are. Good job.
So wait, you're telling. So what does Trump believe? You're telling me I'm against Trump?
Yeah. If you wanted to overturn Roe versus Wade, it seems like you're more in accordance with Roe versus Wade than you're against it. So like Roe versus Wade is just saying there's legal, federally protected legal access to abortion prior to viability. And then after viability, it's left up to the states. And Donald Trump's position is that it's left up to the states throughout the entirety of the access to abortion.
I feel like I'm like both ways. Like I feel like after heartbeat, it should be illegal unless the mother will die or it was like rape or something. But rape, you would get an abortion you would get an abortion way early anyways. Past 27 weeks, the only real issue would be the death of the mother. But I think it should be illegal besides that.
So at what point should it be illegal? You're not really clarifying. Do you support Roe versus Wade? Are you against Roe versus Wade? What is your position?
Well, I support Roe versus Wade up to the states. I think it should just be illegal, like not just up to the states where they can still make it legal.
So you think Roe versus Wade should be in place?
Is Roe versus Wade? Is it legal past heartbeat?
Dude, Roe versus Wade is protected access to abortion federally on a legal basis up to viability, and after viability, it's left up to the states.
Viability is heartbeat?
No. No, viability is around 22 through 26 weeks, typically designated at 24.
Yeah, I guess I agree with Roe versus Wade.
Okay.
But that's just one issue.
So if you agree with Roe versus Wade, then abortion is not the reason why you support Donald Trump, because Donald Trump wanted to overturn Roe versus Wade, and Kamala Harris supported Roe versus Wade. So go ahead, talk about the reason why you support Donald Trump, but it can't be because of abortion.
All right. The two things.
Nope. Because you said two before, so abortion is not one that you can say anymore.
I meant
Parker
the two
just took
main
that
things.
away. Okay,
My
Parker
one-
took
my
that
one
one
other
away. You don't
thing-
get to say that one anymore. Go to the other one.
All right. My one main thing and then one small thing is too many people here, and the small thing is too many like expanding rights for like too many new genders and things like that.
What genders are new that you disagree with?
Like pansexual.
That's not a gender.
Oh my God.
What's invalid about pansexuality? Do you even know what pansexuality is?
Yes.
Yes, you like everything, like even odd things like animals.
How is that a what
That's
is
not
what's a
like
gender?
no pansexual
what's
does
a
not mean
gender?
that you like animals. You're fucking nuts. No, that's
Wait, did he say
no.
animals?
He said that.
Okay.
Yeah. By the way,
Okay,
by the way,
can
I
we
just
just
want to
steer away from
clarify:
it?
all humans are animals, but you're referencing non-human animals when you said that.
Well, doesn't pan mean you just like everyone, like any sexuality?
Yeah, but it's not saying that you like non-human animals. That's ridiculous.
I didn't mean it to say that way. I'm sorry.
Also, what is a gender? Do you know that?
Yes, gender's like male, like it's a type, like certain set of chromosomes.
Okay, so by the way, is pansexuality a certain set of chromosomes?
No, I misspoke.
So then why did you? Okay, that was really interesting. Why you originally brought up pansexuality.
I
Secondly,
misspoke.
I have a
sorry.
question. I have a question. If I had X chromosomes, would I be a woman?
No.
Okay, so then obviously, like chromosomes don't determine what your gender is.
Oh yeah.
So
if you have XY chromosomes, you would be a man. If you have X.
If I had XX chromosomes, would I be a woman?
Yeah.
Yeah. Wait. So all my sex characteristics stay the same. I'm the same person, but I figured out that I actually have XX chromosomes. You would say that I'm a woman.
If you were born, because men have XY and women have XX. So
In typical, not always. Like
What do you mean not always?
it is possible, right? If we karyotyped me, right, that I would have XX chromosomes. That is totally 100% possible. It's very unlikely.
if you're trans,
Listen, it's very no, it would be intersex in that context. Now, if you want to if you want to reference this context, again, I could totally have XX chromosomes and I just don't know it. That's possible. It's very unlikely, but it's possible. And say I did, say I got karyotypes and I found out that I was, would I then be a woman? And I think the obvious answer is no. No, I wouldn't be a woman because my commitments are to be in accordance with a certain set of sex characteristics that are associated with the male sex.
yeah.
Like, sorry, I apologize. I said that incorrectly. My commitments are in accordance with a certain set of social and cultural norms that are typically associated with the male sex. Sorry, my brain is.
Well, dude, the odds that
It's
ever
cooked
happens,
because of this guy. Don't worry about it. It's
dude, the odds that happens is like 1 in like 100,000. So
It's
that's
not.
not like a very valid.
Wait. But the point is still true that like I wouldn't be a woman if that were true. So chromosomes don't determine whether or not you're a man or a woman. So then what is the basis?
99.9% of the time they do. Like if you're born with XX, 99.9% of the time you're going to grow looking like a woman.
Okay, but like so then again, the point that we're making is that you can't make these types of broad determinations based upon that. So again, you couldn't bring what new gender exists that you disagree with?
I've heard like the whole gender like spectrum, like there's like 126
So
stuff like that.
so what new gender do you disagree with?
I don't want to get into specifics, but
Because you don't know. You don't know.
He does not know, Parker.
You don't even know. This is just a
I don't know
buzzword for you.
specific
It's
names,
just a
but I know.
buzzword. It's literally just a buzzword.
no, Kamala was in favor of spreading the idea that
She
you
literally
can be-
wasn't. Literally, Donald Trump actually spent $215 million on anti-trans propaganda, and Kamala Harris and the Democratic Party waited too long to actually respond to it and shoot down this narrative, allowing the Trump administration to control it and lie to people. And like Parker said, implant those buzzwords in your head that you know nothing about, like literally nothing about.
It's not just that. It's also I want to limit trans rights and get people out of America.
You want to limit trans rights?
Okay, that sounds worse than it is.
It's really bad when you said it.
Yeah, why would you want to limit trans rights?
Because I think just what happened in the past, because 6 years ago, no one this was not being talked about at
Transgender
all.
people have existed forever.
What rights that trans people have do you disagree with?
Main thing is sports and marriage and marriage rules.
Is sports a right?
That's not even right. In marriage,
What
what do trans people not have the right to get married under your view?
To be fair, if you say you want to stop everybody from getting married, I might be able to get behind that, even as a married man. But not certain, not specific. Oh my god.
Same-sex marriage and stuff like that.
Yeah, do you disagree with same-sex marriage?
Same-sex marriage, it isn't transgender marriage.
Yeah, literally. Do you know the difference between being gay and being trans? He clearly doesn't. But let me ask you this question: what's wrong with gay marriage?
What's wrong with gay marriage?
Yeah.
I'm Christian, and I believe Adam and Eve, the whole story, and you can't marry your own sex.
Name the first four and last four books of the Bible. I'm sorry, Parker. He's a Christian. The first four and last four, go.
Dude, I'm only 21.
Sure, I don't care. First four, last four, go.
Shoot. Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John, and
that's New Testament.
Genesis, Jonah.
No.
So you can't say you're a Christian anymore. Just say you're religious.
Dude,
keep going. Sorry, go ahead, Parker.
Book from the Bible.
Sure, you're not. Don't say you're a Christian anymore either. Go ahead.
What verse in the Bible says that people shouldn't be able to get access to marriage if they are gay?
I've been told about a verse in there that's saying
you've been told about it. Is there a verse? Because I can tell you that there's a verse in the Bible that says that you should support Kamala Harris for president, and that you wouldn't believe me that just because I said that, right?
Also, I can tell you there's a verse in the Bible that says that nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. So that's in the Bible as well.
No, I've seen it before. I just can't remember the verse verbatim.
Okay, so you haven't seen it. There isn't a verse that you're referencing. Now, if you want to reference gay marriage again, do you believe in separation of church and state?
Yeah.
Okay. So do you think that? So then, why would you say that because of your religion that gay marriage should be illegal?
Because the church and state separate doesn't mean they can't share some of the same views.
Okay, so then do you think that Donald Trump should be in prison for adultery?
No.
Well, no?
I
Wait, but that's a sin. That's one of the 10 commandments.
Just because I don't think they should be in prison for it. I just think it should be illegal. And if you do it, you should get a fine or something, and then it be undue. You know what I mean?
It should just be a fine. Okay, so then why couldn't you do the same thing for any other context of any other specific violation? Also, again, in terms of this, you're judging it based upon your own reasons yourself. It's not based on your religion. So tell us why specifically gay marriage should be illegal, given that it's not solely dependent upon your religion.
And I have a follow-up question.
I think it should be illegal because it's also my view. It's just my viewpoint that because I believe in God, that we were made.
Again, it has to be something independent of religion, because we just established that religion is not your basis for establishing what laws should be a certain way in all contexts. So what is the reason independent of religion that establishes that gay marriage should be illegal under your view?
Dude, as everyone would say, I think men shouldn't date men.
That's not a reason. You just said that they shouldn't. What's your reason?
There's no other reason besides religion.
Okay, exactly. So religion isn't like going to be a reason why you say something should be illegal in of itself. The same reason as to why you say that adultery shouldn't be illegal, right?
Yeah.
You don't think telling your children that Santa Claus exists should be illegal? That's a sin. Okay, so clearly not just be, it's lying.
Saint Nick is from the Bible.
Santa Claus does not exist. Do you think Santa Claus exists?
No.
Okay, so obviously if you're telling your kids Santa Claus exists,
wait,
that's a lie.
Are you referring to Saint Nicholas?
Yes, Saint Nick.
And Saint Nicholas is not in the Bible, jackass.
I didn't say it was.
You just said that.
I just said it's Christian. Like it revolves around a Christian.
It doesn't. It's
like,
a pagan holiday. Christmas is a pagan holiday.
I mean, Christmas is celebrating the birth of Jesus.
You think Jesus was born in December?
The birth of Jesus was December 25th.
No, it wasn't. There's no historical text that indicates that. There's better reason to believe that my birthday was the birthday of Jesus than there is to believe that December 25th was the birthday of Jesus. I'm serious. There are more accounts for April 7th being the birthday of Jesus than specifically December 25th. Not even close.
So you're not Christian.
You're not either.
No.
No,
wait, so do you want to address my point again? What's your reason, independent of religion, that says that gay marriage should be illegal?
Independent from religion?
Yes.
Because you're not Christian.
I don't know why you say that, first of all. But
hold up, just tell me what's something independent of religion that gets you to say that gay marriage should be illegal?
Dude, there's no other reason besides my personal belief. Like,
so he has no reason. There you go. He just proved
Parker.
It,
he does. It was the fifis in his tom tom. Absolutely, the fifis in his tom tom.
Seriously,
holy shit.
Let me say thank you to a few people real quick, and then by the way, everyone, I got my second flag for hate speech. So I'm going to have to ending up hitting a restart here real quick, everyone. Santana and I will come right back, everyone. For the 5.1 thousand people here on TikTok, I'd recommend following me here if you haven't already. This is my main account. Make sure you're followed if you haven't already. I'd recommend also to go over to YouTube. Parker, get a job on YouTube. You don't have to deal with these restarts at all. We will be right back. Literally 15, 20 seconds, everyone. 15, 20 seconds. Everyone, I'm going to be thanking for the people who are Venmo, Cash App. Make sure to go over to YouTube to hear, because I'm going to hit a restart here on TikTok right now. For the 5.1 thousand people here on TikTok, come right back. I'd also recommend to go over to YouTube. Join the 3,000 people over on YouTube. Hit a like button. Hit the like button on YouTube. I'd really appreciate it. I'll be right back.
Because we've essentially got the soft Democrats in power right now. We've got Labour. So Labour are kind of supposedly left-wing party of the two parties are in power, and they essentially all they're doing is trying to cater to the right and failing at every single hurdle because their messaging is so god awful. Like, they have the world we live in right now, as much as I disagree with it, is one of pageantry, is one of, and Trump is a master of that. Trump is a master of being the person who is the top of the agenda in every global news article, blah, 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 blah. Labour, so our government right now, the Prime Minister, his attitude, he's a lawyer, and his attitude is that he basically goes, politics is rubbish. All we need to do is we do the right thing, and people will recognize that over time, the thing we've done is, and it is such rubbish.
QWE, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. Santiago, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Heather, thank you for the $2. Rose with the 5. Santiago, thank you so much for the $2. Kelly, thank you for the $10. I really appreciate it. Bloody, thank you so much for the $10. Najia, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. I just realized that now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Again, if you want to support me as always, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of YouTube, as well as the pinned comment on YouTube. As well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat. Alrighty. We're going to start getting people up here in a second.
Can I say a couple quick thank yous?
Absolutely.
Thank you to Madison. Madison sent the 3. Love you, Santana. Continue to school uneducated MAGAs and pro-lifers. Love you. And Parker both standing up for women's rights. Listen, that's what we do. W's in the chat for Corey. Corey said, this bitch don't know about Pangea. Literally, Corey, that's exactly what I was thinking when I said that. Corey, I love that you get me. And also, Kelly, thank you for the 10. Nothing beats a Jet 2 holiday. Yeah. Oh, man. That guy was, he couldn't have been real. He couldn't have been.
Diabolical. Maya, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I need to reload on blinker time. Valkyrie, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. I just ran out. I got to reload.
Hey, someone over on my YouTube said, you know you're cooked when Parker starts singing.
That is true. That is true. If I start singing, it is rough.
Sophie, thank you for the 5. Santa, listen, I hate to break it to you. Santa's not real. I'm sorry.
Hello.
You guys have the
You know what's up? How old are you?
Yeah. Did you want a drink?
So the next person, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you? Oh, okay. Let's go on to the next person. Only criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Guess who's in the guest box?
Liam?
No.
Oh, fuck that.
Take
You
a
can
guess.
have, I talked to him earlier. Like, and I had to keep him. I had to hold tight
How
to
do
him
you
and let him
know
know, like,
exactly who I was going to reference?
come on now. Everyone knows. Holy smokes.
I'm not going to bring him up. I'm not going to bring him up.
Hey, he talked to Dean the other day. I had to hop up real quick and say, hey, keep it in the lanes.
Yeah, rough. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 18.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
What's your birth year?
2007. Born in June.
What month?
Born in June.
Born in June, for sure. I mean, there's a few people saying bring him up, but I won't bring him up unless enough
The
people
people want Rob.
want me to. Jeez, diabolical. Kimberly, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Oh, I'm so sorry, Kimberly. Can we get some W's for Kimberly in the comment section right now as well? As thank you for the previous one. Thank you for the $5 previously. Thank you. I did see that now. So Sophie, thank you for the $10. Thank you. And Hannah with the $69. Thank you so much, Hannah. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Hannah in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I do, Hannah. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it, though. Thank you so much. Give some W's for Hannah in the comment section right now. So why do you support Donald Trump?
I like his immigration policy.
Okay, what immigration policy?
That you have to go through the whole legal progress. And like his ICE right now, deportation.
Okay, do you support him deporting people without due process?
Yes.
So Trump doesn't have to go through the legal process, but undocumented immigrants do?
What do you mean he doesn't have to go through the legal process?
Yeah, due process is the legal process that you have to go through according to the 14th Amendment. Given that you aren't going to go through the 14th Amendment, right? That is the legal process. You're saying it's okay for Donald Trump to not go through the legal process, but it's completely wrong for undocumented immigrants to not go through the legal process.
Well, if you come into a country illegally.
Again, you said that they should have to go through the legal process, right? Why doesn't Trump?
What do you mean? Why doesn't Trump have to? He is a legal citizen.
No, I'm saying that he doesn't have to go through the legal process to deport people. But you're saying that people who are coming to the country who are undocumented, right, specifically have to go through the legal process to get here.
Well, there's ICE facilities that people are sent to.
What?
But that's not a
response. What do you mean?
To what I just said.
I'm confused.
I can tell.
If you're an illegal citizen in the U.S., why wouldn't you be deported?
If you haven't committed a violent crime or bad crime, I see no good reason to deport someone who's in the country undocumented. What would be the good reason that benefits our society to deport someone who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime?
You're here illegally. You have to go through the process just like everyone else does to be here a legal citizen.
You said you should go through the legal process, but you didn't say that Trump should go through the legal process. Why do you have a distinction between undocumented immigrants and the president of the United States? This is in one scenario, they need to go through the legal process, but in the other scenario, they don't.
So explain the due process to me then, because...
Do you know what due process is?
Explain it to me, please.
Yeah, you commit a crime, you go in front of a judge.
Yeah.
Okay. Donald Trump's not putting people in front of a judge in the context of the court system, right? Specifically to determine whether or not they've committed that crime. What he's doing is he's just deporting people. And if you haven't qualified whether or not they're in the country undocumented, well, then they could be.
Come into the country over 4 years, I'd say it's pretty tough to get them all in front of a judge.
Okay, so because it takes too long?
I mean, 20 million illegal immigrants in 4 years, that is going to take quite a while.
Are you saying because it takes too long?
Not just because it takes too long, but also criminals are getting deported. Are you saying that they shouldn't be deported?
People who have just committed misdemeanors coming to the country undocumented, I don't think they should be deported if they have not committed a violent crime or bad crime.
I'm sorry.
Okay, well,
2 seconds, Parker. You got to hear this. Cindy, thank you for the 5. I hate Liam so much, but I recently learned that he says Mr. Meaner, and that kills me. So not Mr. Meaner, Mr. Meaner. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Someone else did that on my stream too, and that's why people have been calling it out recently.
Oh my God. I'm sorry.
It's diabolical. Did he run?
He had to. Holy smokes.
Wow. He just randomly ran.
He said explain due process. He literally said explain due process.
Yeah, that was a bit unfortunate. Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Alrighty, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria that I've put on the screen. If you want to support me or Santana, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. Jocelyn, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you so much. Good some W's for Jocelyn in the comment section right now. Kaylin, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Thank you, Kaylin. Thank you. As well as let me make sure I'm caught up on YouTube real quick, and then we will go on to the next individual. Alrighty. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. Let's go on to the next person. Alrighty.
Also, Just Alpha, thank you for the 10 earlier on YouTube. I appreciate you.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Alrighty, let's go on to the next person. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 35.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
Okay, why do you support Donald Trump?
Just because his policies, everything that he stands for, especially against like what's going on with the schools and stuff, and transgenders thinking that they can be going to the boys' bathroom.
Transgender people.
Can I ask you a question real quick?
Sure.
So you think that we should not be teaching children about men who wear dresses and wigs and heels, right?
What does that have to do with children?
Well, I'm just asking, you don't want specifically like to be teaching children about men who are wearing wigs, dresses, and heels at the same time, right?
Well, yeah. What would a drag queen or a person that dresses up a man biologically have anything to do with children?
Okay, so yeah, so we shouldn't be teaching children about the founding fathers then, right? You're totally like, look at you, bro. That's so funny that you'd say that. That's not the same thing.
I thought you were talking about Trump. Trump wears makeup and heels and shoulder pads.
Yeah, and also I was gonna say, like, again, the founding fathers wore makeup, wigs, and heels.
Is he saying that it's okay to chop off his biological male parts?
Hold up. Again, you want to? Well, I mean, he believes in circumcision, so. But do you want to address specifically the points that I'm making?
Come on, dude, you're smarter than that. I'm
sorry. Do you believe in legal circumcision?
Do you know what that is? Do you know what circumcision is?
Yes, I do know.
It's just cutting of the foreskin, all right?
Yeah,
that's
I understand.
Like,
so
that's
I mean,
has anything to do with children.
So then you're totally okay with infant genital mutilation?
That's not mutilation, though.
It is. It literally is, by definition.
How is that mutilation, by definition?
Do you know what mutilation is? By the definition you provided, it was mutilation.
Mutilating is in the word mutilate, to destroy, like to completely like make it unrecognizable. Mutilate.
No, it'd be to cut off part. Just making it unrecognizable isn't a standard.
It's not cutting off.
If someone did that to your finger, right? It wouldn't be unrecognizable completely like your hand in general,
If
right?
you
But it
cut it
still would
off,
be the case
yes,
that you
it
could.
would.
Okay, well then you could say the same thing for like the difference between with there being foreskin versus not.
Okay. So let's just get back to the basic.
Wait, I just want to let you know, you're totally okay with infant genital mutilation under your view. You're totally okay.
That's not what you could call it. You're trying to make it sound like what it's not, though.
I just want to be totally honest.
Like a 4-year-old or a 6-year-old wanting to cut off it completely. That's the difference. Like, you're making it sound like it's so much worse. Circumcision's been going on for eons. Not
Wait,
teaching
just because
men.
it's been happening doesn't justify it. Like, by the way,
but
this does bring up a whole separate
little
argument, right? By the way, the point I was making is that, like, one, you don't care about genital mutilation for infants. You're just trying to specifically target trans people. But if you want to reference here particularly, you do believe in this. Yet it is the case that, by the way, I can make this argument. I actually don't believe this should be legal. Like, I genuinely don't. Like, I don't think there's any good evidence that indicates it's more medically viable. I think it's specifically mutilating an infant without the consent of them. Obviously, they're a fucking infant. Like, genuinely, there are really good, but listen, there are really good reasons to not allow for that. I just want to let you know that's a totally separate argument from the point that I'm making, though.
Okay.
Real quick, if I may, Parker. Real quick. Mutilation, the act or instance of destroying, removing, or severing, damaging a limb or other body parts of a person or animal. So literally, Parker was right. That literally circumcision is mutilation by the definition.
Just read exactly what I said it was, and you're saying he's right. It's literally destroying, damaging, totally.
Okay, stop and listen again. An act or instance of destroying, removing, or severing, damaging a limb or other body part. So literally, he said that you're cutting off the foreskin. You're severing the foreskin. That's
not
mutilation.
Severing your penis, though. Is the
foreskin not a part of the body? Yes or no?
Common sense. This is the problem.
But super
common
simple.
Sense is back.
Super simple. Yes or no? Yes or no?
Common sense is
super
back.
simple. Is the foreskin part of the body? Yes or no?
For sure it is.
Okay, and when you cut it off, is it severing
all the time from the body?
Sure. When you cut the actual foreskin off and change the appearance of the penis, is that severing?
Why are we scapegoating and changing the subject? That we're talking about children, though.
Okay, cool.
You're turning.
Anyway, you're fine. I just want to. Sure, I just wanted to clarify that.
And it's different. Yeah, but it's different though. Yeah, clarify that it's different. That a child is saying that it's okay to cut off his genitals.
Yeah, I just want to make sure you know. I just want to make sure you know, like you're wrong.
You're wrong.
Okay,
but common sense is back. That's why Trump won.
I hear you.
Common sense is back in the White House.
You're still wrong.
Okay, and we still won. And we still won by a large majority.
You didn't.
And you guys are still mad about that.
Wait, I have a question.
And you're still mad, and you guys will not let it go.
Hey, dude.
Because your hatred for Trump is like
big feelings
hey,
right
dude,
now,
we're gonna keep talking about politics because it's important and it affects the world. You're saying that we're mad specifically about the election.
Those policies that you talk about affect the world.
Yeah, I understand. Can I speak now?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm going to continue to talk about politics. And you're saying specifically it's because we're mad at Trump or something. It's because we want to affect the world in a positive light. And people like Donald Trump are antithetical to that harm people specifically. Right. So we want to talk how I can talk about specifically.
Who's he harming?
Yeah, the big beautiful bill specifically cuts access to free school lunch and breakfast for 420,000 children on average, right, in this country, for 2.5 million people off their food stamps, specifically per month, along with over 10 million people off of their health insurance on Medicaid. It adds $3.4 trillion. Can I please finish?
Yeah.
It adds $3.4 trillion to the debt. Along with it is literally, right, disproportionately benefiting the rich and wealthy.
Okay.
Also, you guys cried for 4 years like a bunch of snowflakes, so I don't want to hear that.
The economy.
You cried for 4 years saying that the election was stolen, and
Trump still
Biden wasn't the president.
It was.
Oh, you cry, baby! You're so fucking mad, bro.
Yeah.
You're you know what? You're a sore loser, buddy. You can't accept the facts that you lost.
Okay.
Are you mad? Are you really that mad that you can't accept that you lost?
No.
Point and laugh, everyone. He's so mad that he can't get over it, that he lost, that he has to make up lies, that he won the election to make himself feel better.
You feel better now?
Point and laugh, Chad. Point and laugh.
You feel better now?
Yeah, I did the same thing that you just did to everyone else, right?
Exactly.
But you didn't realize that it applies to you, actually, if you looked into a mirror.
Yeah, it applies to both of us. You have a side, I have a side, and guess what? My side.
I'm not making up lies that we won the election specifically because I am so distraught about the election results. I acknowledge the reality and I say, what do we do in response to the reality that exists?
Oh, the Democratic Party is completely done. You guys won't win another election for another 10 years.
Logically speaking, due to Donald Trump's tariff policy, you guys won't win another election.
He just brought in almost $2 trillion.
Literally, this has happened twice.
Those are facts right there.
Sure, this has happened. Hey, this has happened twice in U.S. history. And the first time it happened, the Conservative Party lost 60% of their seats. The second time that this happened, they didn't regain power for a long time. Literally, this
I know kids are getting. Yeah, we're
according to a Reuters article, it indicates. Listen, according to a Reuters article, it indicates that most Trump tariffs are not legal, according to a U.S. appeals court.
Yep. So what does that mean? Does that make it true?
Yes.
Because they said it.
Yes, that's how the law works.
Yes, the federal court rule. Wait, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Wait, hold on. Is he talking about
Didn't you? Aren't you guys the same people who said the tariffs weren't going to work?
Wait, is he talking about Reuters? Is it Reuters true or the actual ruling? Which one?
Yeah, because the U.S. appeals court is what ruled on it. Reuters is just who reported on it.
Why don't you guys let me speak?
Yeah, because
go ahead and
respond to what I just said.
I've been respectful the whole time. When you tell me to be quiet, I'm quiet.
Sure, I got you. Just respond to what I just said.
So just respect. What did you say?
Yeah, so it was a U.S. appeals court that ruled this. It wasn't Reuters. Reuters is just reporting on it.
Okay. So it doesn't mean it's true.
It does.
It's literally
U.S.
true.
appeals court.
It's literally all they did. The court put out the ruling, and Reuters just reported that the court put out the ruling.
Okay.
This is not an investigation piece. This is not speculation. This is literally them just saying this was the actual determination of the courts.
Okay.
So it's true, right?
Whatever you believe, dude.
No.
Wait. What do you mean?
I don't have to answer to none of your guys' questions.
Dude, I'm sorry.
Yes or no. I'm telling you that they did a report. They're saying that most of this stuff is not true. It's going to go to an appeals court. We're going to find out.
This is the appeals court. This is the appeals court. Wait, I'm sorry. It says U.S. appeals court rules. This is the appeal court.
All right, so he's going to appeal on the appeal court.
You can't appeal. How do you appeal the appeals court? What appeal goes to the appeals of the appeal court?
It goes back to the appeals court. That rules the same thing.
So the appeals court can appeal it again?
Are you going to do it a third time when he loses again? Valerie, thank you so much for the $25 for fighting MAGA.
He's not going to run again, but Democrats.
We're talking about the tariffs, dude. Oh my God. Kelly, thank you so much for the $25 for Venmo. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Kelly.
MAGA cries. So thank you for the $5. I'm absolutely going to use that one. You're absolutely right. Thank you for the $5.
Listen, Trump's not a retard. He's definitely smarter
don't
than
use the R slur. That's fucking gross.
I don't.
These people are the worst.
Let's go on to the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Let me make sure I'm caught up everywhere. If you want to support Santana or I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. That I'm gonna literally clip that. I'm gonna be like, of him literally denying reality. And it's a Trump supporter cannot accept reality to save his life.
The court.
Trump supporter cannot accept reality to save his life. Like literally, he could not accept reality.
Oh my God.
Santiago, thank you so much for the $2. JMS, thank you so much for the $5. Santiago, again, thank you for the $2. Thank you. I'm so sorry to hear that. Trans people, yeah. Manji, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Jocelyn, thank you so much. I appreciate the $5. Beers, thank you so much. I appreciate it again. Thank you for the $2. Again, if you want to support Santana or I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat.
Phil, thank you for the 2. He absolutely has to take that common sense back. And also, Dale, thank you for the 3. Yep, they're in a cult.
Yo, how old are you?
24.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, technically.
Okay, if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I would vote for Donald Trump only because of his abortion policy, or his views, I guess, on abortion.
Okay.
For
sure. Do you think abortion should be illegal?
Yes, I guess the only time I would believe it should not be illegal would be great. I guess that's the proper term. And my beliefs are just rooted. My beliefs on that are rooted in my faith, and I just believe like the point of sex is to deepen like your bond. Yes.
Do you believe in separation of church and state?
I guess for my reason, I would say no.
So then would you say that people who commit adultery should be put in prison?
I could, if that were to be the case, I would not be opposed to such, mainly because, again, like my faith, if that's one of, like you said before, one of the other guys tried to like claim to be Christian or whatever, didn't know that was one of the 10 commandments. Do I believe you should be put in prison? If that becomes a law, then sure. Yes.
Okay, so Trump should be put in prison.
I wouldn't necessarily, again, I'm not a very political person. And so like, if he went to prison because of adultery, I would say, okay, do I believe he should go serve life? Not necessarily, but if that is if prison is the punishment, then sure.
Wait, so why, if religion and state are the same, why would there be a distinction in how long you're in prison for adultery versus murder, given that they're both a part of the 10 commandments?
Because adultery doesn't, I think comparing murder, while they are in God's eyes, while they are viewed the same, sin is sin, there are, I guess, technically levels. And I think ending a life is more harmful than stepping outside of your...
Wait, I'm sorry, does the Bible indicate that? Where in the Bible does it say that murder is more harmful than adultery?
It does not. I can concede the point. I guess that would be the proper term, to the point that like it does not necessarily say like verbatim, but I would.
The Bible literally says that abortion is a property crime. So you're wrong.
Okay, I'm not a very well versed.
It also calls for abortion in situations in which, like, a woman, for example, cheats on her spouse. It literally says that a woman should have an abortion in that context.
And again, like, and I said, there are certain like contexts, I guess, that like I would agree in such, but like there are my main point I do not believe that abortion should be can you rephrase for me? Rephrase your question.
Would you say that someone who commits an abortion today should go to prison, even if there's not a law that says that they should go to prison?
If there's no law that they should go to prison, no, I do not believe like they should be like sent to prison, but I do believe that is just like morally wrong.
Okay, so to clarify, if someone committed 100 abortions, you don't think they should go to prison?
Why would there ever be a need for someone to have 100 abortions?
Let me clarify a different circumstance. Just because something isn't illegal in the place in which you are means that you shouldn't be held accountable for that law. Well, then would you say that the Nazis, in which literally committed war crimes within the context of Germany, right, against Jewish individuals, literally committed a genocide against Jewish individuals, do you think they should have been tried for their crimes against humanity, even though the one, weren't international laws against that, and two, weren't laws in Germany prohibiting that?
Yes, I do believe so.
Okay, so then like in that context, you would agree that like it is the case that like they should be held accountable, right?
Correct.
Even though it is the case that there's not a law that exists there for that. So again,
correct.
In the context in which Donald Trump has committed adultery, even though there's not a law in place, you believe he should be sent to prison?
I guess by that logic, no.
What do you mean no?
or like, I guess, are you saying like comparing it to like comparing Trump's adultery to what was it, Nazi Germany, I guess, and there not being like laws in place about that?
You believe in retroactive law enforcement. So if you believe in retroactive law enforcement, well, then why are you against retroactive law enforcement when it references Donald Trump, who's committed adultery, where you think adulterers should be put in prison? So then your view here would be that Donald Trump should be in prison. So not only do you think that Donald Trump should be president, but you also think he should be in prison. So it sounds like you think that Donald Trump should be president from prison.
I guess. I mean, my main point of like joining this was just to like I guess get an open mind, or like again get like open my mind on it. I don't like not very, like I said before, like not very well versed, and I just wanted to hear like what your response, I guess, would be to like my viewpoint of like, if you're having an abortion because it's an unwanted or unintended sex, like I don't believe that should be legal. But like if there are dire circumstances, again, like rape or I don't know, maybe like a fucking failed birth control, I could see why.
Like,
because
how about this? If say your spouse cheats on, like, say a woman specifically cheats on a man, right, that they're in marriage with, should they get an abortion?
Yes.
Yes, they should.
If they
should murder the baby, under your view.
Yes. And reason being is because you like it is a sin to step outside of like your marriage, let alone like, you know, have a child. And I guess
like,
it, like
I'm sorry, does that sin of stepping outside of the marriage justify murdering the baby, under your view?
According to the word of God, yes, it does. And
so then it must not be a baby in the same way, because you wouldn't be able to murder an infant child because it is the case that they were due to adultery.
Pardon?
You wouldn't specifically say it's okay to murder an infant child because they were born due to adultery. That would be ridiculous, I guess, right? But you're saying it's okay to murder you're saying it's okay to murder a baby because it is the case that they were born or they were conceived of adultery. That's what you're saying.
Okay, so I guess the terminology like baby, like would you refer or would you like use that same exact terminology 3 weeks into a marriage or into a pregnancy, or maybe like 4 weeks? Would you refer to would you refer to that as like a baby or an infant?
No, that's not my view. This is your view, not my view.
Okay, so I mean, then yes, I guess I do believe that like if a baby is conceived outside of your marriage, I would say that in which case an abortion would not need to necessarily be like illegal.
Okay, so like for example, if a woman gets pregnant outside of the context of a marriage, you're saying that they should be able to get legal access to abortion. So only women in marriages shouldn't be able to get abortions?
If you're, let's say there's a man and a woman, they're married, and that woman cheats and she has a child, I believe that what's the term? Abortion in that context, legal. But if, let's just say there's a guy and a girl, they decide to have sex and she becomes pregnant. Oh, like I didn't mean to get pregnant. I didn't want to. I just wanted to have a one night stand, whatever. I do not believe in that context that abortion should be legal, because again, the choice lied in the fact that you decided to lay down with that person knowing that was a possibility. And so I believe that lies in accountability.
I don't think that you have an obligation to take care of something just because you know it's a possibility. Like, you know, when you're driving right on like the on the road, that you could possibly get into a car accident. Does that mean that you're responsible for the accident you get into if you get hit?
If you get hit, I mean, are you responsible for the fact that you got hit? No, but you are responsible.
You knew it was possible, though.
Yes, but you are responsible for the outcome of that. Correct. So, like, you're not responsible for the fact that you got hit, but you are responsible for the effects that getting hit, made happen. So either by taking your car to the shop.
Explain this in a way in which might make it more obvious to you, and then I want to let Santana speak real quick. So in terms of this, let's say you're a passenger. You knew that riding as a passenger means that there's a likelihood in which you could get killed in a car accident. Do you think that you are responsible, right, for dying in the car crash if it is the case that you decide to be a passenger in a car?
No, you're not responsible for the person hitting you, but you got hit. And so taking it back to having sex, like, are you, like, you're not, I guess, you're not having sex, like, thinking, in this scenario, you're not having sex thinking, oh, I'm, like, going to be pregnant, right? But if you have sex and you do become pregnant, you are responsible for that, for your pregnancy.
Yeah, and, like, I think that someone should be able to get, like, an abortion. Why shouldn't they be able to get an abortion?
Because you decided to have sex.
Okay, just deciding to have sex doesn't mean you shouldn't be able to get an abortion, but I want to let Santana speak.
It goes right along the lines of that point. Do you think the primary function of sex is to have kids?
Not the primary. I believe that the primary point.
Okay, I wanted to verify that. So understanding that's not the primary. So understanding that it's a possibility, yes, but it's not the primary function, not the primary reason for sex. Then why would you punish someone for the something that's not the primary reason? Also, if you want to, let's say, make it a greater or a less likely chance that even if someone engages in recreational sex, that they don't impregnate someone, then hey, why not do mandatory vasectomies? Like, why aren't we advocating for mandatory vasectomies?
Because I do not believe that sex should happen outside of the covenant of marriage.
Cool, but you're saying that you don't agree with ABs, right? So I'm sorry, abortions, but you also, like, the reason is because you don't want to unalive a baby or whatever, and you don't think that, like, hey, no one cares about you meat watching, so we're just gonna skate past that one. But if you want to actually ensure, or at least create a better chance that people don't get pregnant outside of wedlock or whatever, then advocating for mandatory vasectomies would be the way to go. It's safer than birth control. It's reversible. It's something that can be done, and then you could actually allow the young men, when they're ready, to actually go through it's an outpatient procedure, just a quick snip. So why aren't you advocating for mandatory vasectomies?
Because I don't believe that a medical procedure is necessary for something that can be resolved by self-control. I don't believe that.
Again, no one cares about your morals and meat watching. Like, stop trying to actually keep people from enjoying their life. No one cares about that. Let's talk about practical things, right? I mean, if you really care about abortion and you really want to slow this down, then why not advocate for mandatory vasectomies?
Again, because while you could cut and snip and whatever, it's reversible, I guess. I just believe that self-control is also a cure. And again, like,
Rob, are you a virgin?
Wait, is cheating in marriage self-control?
Meaning, can you control whether or not you cheat in a marriage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So how is that distinct from what we're arguing here? Like, Donald Trump should be in prison too, right? He could have prevented that.
Yeah, my point is, I really just wanted to have, like, an open mind. I know I'm probably, like, not making, like, any sense, and, like, you guys are helping me understand why, like, my
meat watching is weird. Yes.
I mean, if you consider having, like, faith in Christ like meat watching, I guess. But again, I just wanted to, like.
Wait, but by the way, I just want to let you know, like, not every single person who is a Christian has the same interpretation. There are plenty of progressive Christians where we wouldn't think that they would have that type of perspective, given that they're not enforcing their types of judgments and norms onto us in that same type of manner through the context of law, right? Also, you're advocating through the context of law to literally say that people should be in prison for sinning.
Also, I want you to point me to the verse in the Bible where it says that you need to meat watch people.
I would like to address the point
meat
that
watching.
Made.
Okay.
That statement that you just made, like, it cleared up, like, it does sound, that did make it sound like very extreme. So I guess, like, the argument of saying, like, if you sin, like, you should go to prison, I guess. But I guess I would disagree with like sinning should automatically send you to prison, mainly because, again, like my belief that like just because you sin, that doesn't mean like you should have been punished for like committing that sin or whatever, but like you weren't punished because Christ took that punishment. And so like I guess there's, with like conviction and realizing that, you know, you made a mistake, the whole point of such is to, you know, turn around and not make that mistake moving forward.
So again, like here be my point is that Donald Trump should be in prison under your worldview. You think he should be president from prison if you think that every sin should be illegal, right? Clearly you don't believe every sin should be illegal.
I can admit, like, I wouldn't necessarily like consider myself a supporter of Trump. To answer your question at the very beginning, it was if you had to vote, who would you vote for? And it would be for Trump only because of his abortion policy. Like, I would agree with probably 99% of the things you have to say, like, about Trump.
So to clarify, so do you still hold that view that you would support Donald Trump because it is the case that he has abortion policy? You agree with it more?
No, like, because like I would like that's again, my point was to come in here and like open my view on everything, and because that you made it very clear that like his views on that are skewed, I would not like support Trump, I guess, like
okay
at all. Really.
Okay, wait, hold on. Okay, cool. Since we clarified that up, can we talk about why you meat watch now? Never mind. Go ahead, Parker. You can do the thing.
When you say
you can get rid of them.
When you say meat watch, can you clarify?
Bro, stop worrying about what other people do in their bedrooms. Let them have sex.
Oh, I mean, yeah, like, again, like, I'm not really necessarily like worried about it. I'm just saying, like, I believe that like such living is just like a good way of living. Like, I'm not saying you have necessarily like have to do what I do, which is why I said like you guys debunked which is the whole point of this, to you know, turn people's ideas. And I really do appreciate like having the conversation. So
Absolutely.
Like, I mean, I'm glad you guys got like laughs and meat watch and all that stuff. And again, like, maybe I guess I can put the blinders on when it comes to other people's bedrooms.
Don't worry about that. Those are just jokes. We appreciate you coming up, man. Yeah. We appreciate you.
Yeah, thanks for inviting me.
Thank you.
Have a great night.
Yeah.
Let's go to the next individual. Everyone, only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen. Everyone, I got some people to thank, and we'll move on to the next person. Pamela, thank you so much for the $40 on PayPal. Thank you so much. Get some W's for Pamela in the comment section right now. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Stephanie, thank you so much for the $3. Absolutely. Madison, thank you so much for the $10. EJ, thank you so much for the $1. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Karen, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $2. Thank you. You know, I was actually thinking, this is one thing I was genuinely thinking about. I think I am going to be moving down to 5 hours on a daily basis. Santiago,
you do a lot.
For the $2. I think I actually am. I've got to the point where like I'm okay with like allowing myself to do that.
But what are you doing Monday?
There's a lot of stuff. I don't know if I can if I can say everything on live.
Okay. I'll text you.
Yes,
I had an idea.
Yes. I gotta keep some stuff.
Got it.
Santiago, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. There's a lot of stuff coming. I actually have to tell you about it. There's a lot of stuff. How old are you? I'm just gonna say September is gonna be a busy month. That's
really
all I gotta say. September is gonna be a really busy
I'm finally
month.
doing the thing that I told you about. So we're gonna be, so.
Here, you know what? I want to text you this, and I want your response on camera. And you can't say anything about it though. You literally can't say anything about it.
Got it. While you do that, Pamela, thank you for the 50. Holy smokes! Yeah, he was insufferable, like the worst. Deborah, thank you for the 5. Yeah, listen, the Parker Santana tag team is undefeated, so thank you for that. Alaskan Fury, I would love to run him through that actual thought process, but I know for a fact that he wouldn't get it. But thank you for the 5. And Karen, thank you for the 5. Of course, mandatory vasectomies for all. Absolutely. You are fucking... There's no way. Holy sh...
That's pretty big, isn't it? That's
I cannot wait.
And
when did that just happen?
I just heard about that here recently. Yeah.
Holy shit. Oh, it's gonna be so good. Oh my god. Okay.
That's just the tip of the iceberg. I have to tell you about other stuff.
Holy fuck.
This month, this upcoming month's gonna be pretty big.
That is
and it will carry over into other months. So like y'all will see. Y'all will see.
That is wild.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can't wait. Holy shit.
Alrighty, everyone. Let's go on to the next individual. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go on to the next individual, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Cade, thank you so much for the $4. Thank you so much. Absolutely. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Let's go on to the next individual here. Secrets are not an icebreaker. I actually can't say anything, but you guys will know at some point. I promise you. It's like, it's really good. It's gonna be big.
Not my wife texting me.
she'll get to know. Don't worry. But yeah, by the way, someone asked what's the best thing to do. Specifically in that situation, the best thing to do is to bring attention to it on the internet. Talk about the fact that Israel's causing mass starvation in Gaza. That's something that's the best thing you can do. Also, like the BDS movement, there are plenty of things specifically you could do to get yourself involved. I think activism is one of the best things you could possibly do. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
23.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I would say I didn't vote for him his first term.
Like if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I voted for Trump, but it wasn't necessarily like I wanted to. Like I'm not a necessarily, crazy Trump supporter. Like I just could not get behind Kamala. Like there's other Democrats I like, but she just, I don't know, she just didn't do it for me. Like I like Pete Buttigieg. I like him, but she just didn't do it for me. So I did vote for Trump, but no, I'm not like the typical. I wouldn't call myself.
If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
Well, I see that's kind of hard because I don't know what she would have done. But I wouldn't say like I necessarily regret my vote. Like there's obviously things I don't necessarily agree with that Trump has done. But
you may vote.
So if you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
I guess I would stick to my guns because I don't know. That's a hard question. You don't know what necessarily she would have done. That's just a hard question.
I have a quick question.
So you would vote for Donald Trump?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
Quick question. What was it about Kamala Harris that made it like you name all of these other Democrats that you were willing to support? You said you're not a hardcore Republican.
Oh, not at all.
But
not at all.
Sure. So what was it about Kamala Harris specifically? What was it about? You name people. Can you name some other Democrats that you would have really liked?
I don't necessarily dislike Gavin Newsom.
Okay.
I know he wasn't necessarily on that ticket. He wouldn't have been the guy that they would have went for.
Sure. Who else? So you said Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom. Can you give me one or two more? Or
give me some people that would have been on that ticket, maybe.
No. I mean, just from off the top of your head, anyone that you can think of. Just one more.
Kamala Harris is literally a better candidate than the ones he's mentioned.
I would have voted. I probably would have voted for Biden.
Okay, Biden. Okay, cool. Okay, cool. Hold on. Hear me out on this. Okay, so we got Pete Buttigieg, we got Gavin Newsom, and we got Joe Biden, right? So you would vote for Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom, and Joe Biden over Kamala Harris. Now, I'm wondering why you would vote for Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom, and Joe Biden over Kamala Harris. Now, what is it about these three white men, Pete Buttigieg, Gavin Newsom, and Joe Biden that was different than this black woman, Kamala Harris. Like, so you would vote for these 3 white men, Pete Buttigieg, white man, Gavin Newsom, white man, and Joe Biden, white man, but you wouldn't vote for this black woman, Kamala Harris. Hey, why would you vote for either one of them but not Kamala Harris?
Wait, first off,
just wondering.
I completely understand that. But like, I feel like most people that voted for Donald Trump, their first person they wouldn't say they would probably vote for is a gay man. Like it's not like I'm playing like
gay or not, he's still a white man.
No, it's not like I wouldn't vote for Kamala because she's black or anything.
Yeah, well, that's why I said black woman.
Yeah,
I mean, you can
I
pick.
get it.
Listen, it can be either or it could be combination, but it's like definitely one of the two at least.
I watched Kamala's interviews and I also think it's hard for a vice president running for office because they're just going to get blamed for anything that happens.
Who's the last president? Who's the last president that was vice president that ran for office and won?
I'm gonna be honest.
Joseph Robinette Biden.
I also just want to ask him this question. Name one quality that Joe Biden has that is better than Kamala Harris. Name a single one.
I wouldn't say like this is a quality necessarily, but he had just been in government his whole life, and he's just done a lot of he's just been good for America. I felt like
Kamala Harris has.
Wait, name one way in which he's been better for America than Kamala Harris.
Well, no, he did pretty good under Obama.
Kamala Harris did good on.
I'm not saying
name one thing that he did. That was, wait, hold up. Name one thing that he did that was better than what Kamala Harris did.
I guess I can't necessarily point to a specific thing. I'm not like an anti-Kamala guy. I don't think Kamala is like most people that
where the road goes.
You got a good voice,
Max, did you vote for Obama?
Yes, actually.
Got it. Okay, so cool. You voted for Obama. You were willing to vote for Pete Buttigieg. You're willing to vote for Gavin Newsom. You're willing to vote for Joe Biden, but you wouldn't vote for Kamala Harris. Now, you voted for Obama. You're willing to vote for Pete Buttigieg. You're willing to vote for Gavin Newsom. You're willing to vote for Joe Biden, but not Kamala Harris. Now, what's the difference between these 4 men and this one woman?
I voted for Hillary as well.
You better be glad I don't have my sound effect because I think you're lying. I just, yeah.
I'm not lying. I don't know. Something about it, I don't know. Like, I'm not like a super political person. But her interviews didn't do it for me. Like, I'm not going up. Like, I'm not deep diving into politics.
So again, there's no trait that you can point to in which Kamala Harris has, like that Kamala Harris has that is worse than Joe. Worse candidate than Kamala Harris. No one can convince me otherwise. The idea that you have in your mind that Joe Biden is a better candidate than Kamala Harris is straight up delusion. Straight up delusion.
Also, she was more qualified than Gavin Newsom and Pete Buttigieg. Like, literally more qualified than both.
Oh, y'all don't like Pete Buttigieg, sir?
No, we do, but she's more qualified than both of them.
I'm not necessarily talking about qualifications.
I mean, like, to be totally honest,
definitely
like we're talking
it.
for Buttigieg, Newsom, and Harris. We're talking about people that lean towards being kind of like a corporate Democrat, like a moderate Democrat. And, you know, like we have our critiques of moderate Democrats, but we still think that they're preferable to the right. Like, we would vote for any of those candidates over Vance or Trump, right?
Yeah,
I'm can acknowledge that like there are differences between these candidates, that some of them are better than the other ones. And if we were to reference those 3 candidates, Kamala Harris is like the best candidate we can point to. The reason why people have ranked Newsom higher is literally because someone he has working on his team is really good at social media.
He's got a good Twitter.
And the redistricting,
got a good Twitter.
You know, like realistically, like we could adopt that same message amongst any Democrat. Any Democrat could adopt that exact same message. It's not specific to Newsom. So although Newsom is getting a lot of support specifically for doing this, and we want other Democrats to take from that and to do the very same thing, right? We also have to acknowledge that the same very process that Newsom is using can be used by any Democrat that is the leading nominee.
Yeah, I see what you're saying. But I don't know, as a someone who's not super, you know, I'm not watching politics all day. just as I guess the average voter. Like, I wouldn't say I'm a Republican or a Democrat by any standard. I don't think. I voted for mainly Democrats in my life.
Wait, Max, how old are you?
23.
How'd you vote for Obama if you're 23?
You're 23?
That was the first question you asked me.
Yeah, but how'd you vote for Obama if you're 23?
That's a good question.
So did you just lie?
So
am I right? So am I right? Did you lie? So did I name it? Okay.
But I 100% would have voted for Obama.
No, but
I love
Michael, thank you so much for the strong finish. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you.
Oh my God.
But there's never like my whole life.
Also, you didn't vote for Hillary.
Thank you for the membership.
I live in
Jack, thank you for the
Georgia.
$20. Thank you so much, Raul. Thank you so much. Really appreciate the
I live in a tiny town in
Sid
Georgia.
with the $5. Thank you.
I'm surrounded by, I live in a tiny town.
Is it Brunswick? Is it Valdosta? Which one?
Oh,
and then Nico,
man,
thank you
know
for $7.
Georgia.
Thank you so much.
Which one?
It's called Newton.
Newton?
Oh, nobody knows Newton.
I know Newton.
You know Newton? Where are you from?
I'm from South Carolina.
Oh, so you close.
I've spent a lot of time in Georgia, specifically in South.
That's crazy.
Georgia.
You know Newton, dude. Nobody knows Newton. But yeah, you know that area of Georgia.
Also, I know why you didn't vote for Kamala Harris, and can you go ahead and just give it up now? Like, we've already snuffed it out. It's because she's a woman. Like, and you can just say that you, for some reason, don't think that women can be good leaders, but like,
that's not what I believe at all.
Okay, again,
I don't feel like I have any prejudice towards a woman being in charge.
Okay,
right? I'm not.
Can you name one candidate that's a woman that you would vote for?
I would have voted Hillary. 100% would have voted for her.
Why?
Okay, why would you vote for Hillary but not for Kamala Harris?
Because Kamala was more qualified.
It's I don't think Kamala wasn't qualified. I know that's like a common
seriously
thing.
Answer. Why would you vote for Hillary but not for Harris?
Well, Hillary had a lot of years under service under her belt. She did well in interviews. She was just a tough politician. I don't know. I just didn't.
You don't remember when Hillary was a politician. You were too young. Stop it. Stop it. What was the last political position Hillary Clinton held?
Can you name one policy Hillary Clinton ever supported?
That she ever supported?
Yeah.
She held a position. This is recent, just because it was on my Twitter feed.
You sure you're not Googling them right now?
No, I promise. I'm just looking at Parker right now with his beautiful glasses.
Those are beautiful glasses.
I've never seen you wear glasses before.
W Marge with the glasses recommendation.
W's Marge.
Oh, is this a new thing? You wearing glasses now?
Hey, stop pivoting. We know
blue light for like
exactly.
No blue light. Yeah, you do.
We know his glasses are beautiful. Answer the question.
She supported. She was. She had an idea for burning flags as being a felony, and I think that's dumb. I think the whole Trump thing with that is dumb. That was an idea she had. Burning flags being against the law. She brought that up. That was just on my Twitter feed, a video of her from 10 years ago.
You know, Twitter isn't news, right?
Obviously. But it's a video of her saying it. I don't believe in that. I think that's dumb. It shouldn't be a fucking felony. What is Trump doing trying to jail you for a year? Is that what he's... I think that's dumb.
Yeah, you support him?
Well, I think if you
support him over Kamala Harris?
Well, I don't think, regardless of what politician you believe in, they're going to do something that you don't necessarily support.
Can you name one thing Donald Trump could do that would get you to support Kamala Harris over Donald Trump?
Well, I in my head, that's a weird question. Because she's not like running against him right now. Like, if
just because we're asking the question about like what you would have done in the previous election.
Oh, like what's something he could have done like pre-election?
Yeah, what's something that he could have done that would get you to stop supporting the guy over Kamala Harris?
Well, to be fair, I wouldn't say like I support him. I did vote for him, but it wasn't like I wanted to exercise my right to vote, and I wasn't voting for Jill Stein. But I mean, I can't think of like an example of something. I'm trying to think of something horrible that he could do. I can't like think of something off the top of my head. Give me examples, and I will say yes.
Held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman.
The civil libel thing's always been weird to me. I definitely think he probably did that, but civilly liable
So
by
if
law,
he
something,
probably
like, he
sexually
did it.
abused a woman, would you support him for president over Kamala
Oh no,
Harris?
yeah, I think he did that probably.
Okay, so
but
then given that you think that he did that, would you support him over Kamala Harris?
I needed him to be found like guilty. Like
He was held civilly liable.
I struggle with civilly liable. My
Wait,
dad's
you said you think he probably did it. If you believe
yeah,
already
but I
that he
don't know
probably
he
did it,
That's
would
the
you
problem.
vote for Donald Trump, who probably sexually abused a woman, over Kamala Harris?
Like in my head, yes, I think he did it, but by law, technically, he was not guilty. So I
I'm
can't
gonna go
say.
nuts. I'm gonna go nuts.
Like if you just go by the law, you have no bias towards anything. You can't say yes, he did that. I think he did it. But if I just go by the facts, we don't necessarily know because civilly liable doesn't mean guilty by law.
I'm gonna say this one more time. If I have to say it one more time, I'm gonna kick you from the stream. Okay. Okay.
All right.
All right. So, in terms of this, if you believe he probably sexually abused a woman, would you not support him over Kamala Harris?
Yeah, I probably would have voted for Kamala. Yeah.
Okay. So you do believe that he probably sexually abused a woman. Therefore,
Yes.
if we could go back in time, you would vote for Kamala Harris, correct?
I don't know that I would have voted for her. I maybe would have just not voted.
Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. When stuff
was
like
just
that
gonna
happens,
say-
I'm like, dude,
I was able to find the Hillary Clinton video, but I can't date it. It looks like super old, so I don't know if it was before or after the '89 decision, because it was her talking about passing a law that would prohibit flag burning. But yeah, it's just a super old video. Also, apparently Trump wanted to do like this in 2016 as well, like pulling people, pulling their green cards or whatever, and then also put them in jail if they burn flags. So this isn't a new thing.
And Elise, thank you so much. I appreciate the $10. Thank you. Yes, that is definitely something that's coming up. Jack, thank you for the $20. Thank you so much, Jack.
Anthony, thank you for the $5. Yes, it's definitely an Avengers movie whenever Parker and I link up. Mia, congratulations. I'm happy to hear that you and your partner got yes before they try to take that away as well. And Lindsay, thank you so much for the 10. Yes, the only red hat that we want to see on the stream. How about I saw 2 of those dumbass red hats in person today?
That's terrible. You know, what's up? How old are you?
30.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, sir.
And why is that?
I like his ideas. I'm a fan of you guys because you guys are consistent on you guys' beliefs, and you guys stand firm on what you guys believe. But I just feel like I have my reasons of why I support Donald Trump, and no, it's not of the type of person he is, but more his ideas. I like what he brings to the table. As a 30-year-old man, it's a lot beneficial to my life, I guess.
So, which policies?
Well, believe it or not, I live 2 minutes away from the border. And, well, I'm on the front line. And I could tell you right now, the border is a lot more safe with him around. We see less traffic. I live in the tip of Texas, so I could say that's the number one policy I support from him: strict immigration and illegal immigration. To be
okay. I have a question.
Correct.
Can you name one way that deporting an undocumented immigrant who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime benefits our society?
Can you repeat the question? I'm sorry.
Can you name one way in which deporting an undocumented immigrant who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime benefits our society?
Well, if it benefits or not, the thing is, you already said one word there. It's an undocumented immigrant. So for me, an undocumented immigrant is saying that he or she is already illegal, which he or she is already breaking the law according to the laws written in our laws. So, which is, it doesn't necessarily have to be a violent criminal act. I know, but still, they are breaking the law. I mean, just because I rob let's say a fruit there in the grocery store, it's not a harm to anyone.
If you rob, right, that is a harm to the person that you stole from. Okay. So can you name one way in which it benefits our society to deport people who have not committed violent crimes or bad crimes? Just name one benefit.
I could say, well, I could say it gives us, how can I phrase this? It gives us better paying jobs, because I feel those people saying illegal immigrants are getting lower paid jobs. That people, I'm around it all the time. People do take lower paying jobs just because they don't have papers, and people who actually are qualified to those jobs.
So you can fix a set of conditions just by giving a pathway to citizenship to anyone who's undocumented who has not committed a violent crime or bad crime. A pathway to citizenship will raise wages.
I'm sorry, of course, but you have to remember there's also a line for those people waiting and doing it the right way for the path to citizenship. There are people that I know and around me and family and friends that have paid their citizenship of tens and thousands of dollars to do it the right way.
I make a point real quick? But the law has been made in such a way in which they are trying to make it unnecessarily hard to get into the country and take unnecessarily long to get into the country. So the point we're making is that right now it takes way too long for people to get into the country through the legal process. We need to incentivize people to do the legal process by making it quicker. I'm not saying discard the legal process, but what I am saying is that for people who are in the country already, who are undocumented, who have not committed a violent crime or bad crime, the best way to get themselves to identify themselves to authorities and to be able to get higher wages themselves is to give them a pathway to citizenship. If they are undocumented, they have no incentive to tell authorities that they're in the country currently. There are people undocumented in the country right now that are going to stay in the country undocumented because it is the case that they would prefer staying in the country and getting exploited given the conditions, right? Not being able to uphold it based upon the law, comparative to being deported.
Of course. And I understand where you're totally coming from. But do you agree that the United States is the most populous country in the world?
No.
To come to?
No.
If you're saying nominally the most amount of people come here, sure. But if you want to reference in terms of per capita rates, it's higher for Germany.
Well, per capita rate, I mean, popularly saying everybody wants to come here and get a citizenship in the U.S. Well, you have to understand that if we just let anybody in, just the way you say it, without having them doing it the right way, well, everybody's just gonna flood in, and I feel like that's not the proper way. First of all, there's security concerns, as like I said, I live 2 minutes away from the border. I don't know who's coming in here, and it's just not Mexicans. I'm telling you, because I'm Hispanic, so it's just not Mexicans. It's all kinds of people, and I'm not only talking about the South American people. I'm talking about people from China. I'm talking about people from Pakistan.
I don't know why it's relevant where people are coming from. Like, why'd you even bring that up?
Well, no, security concerns. Security concerns.
How is that a security concern?
Well, would you just let anybody in without having a background?
No, if they were held civilly liable of sexually abusing a woman, I wouldn't let them legally enter the country.
Yeah, but how do we know that?
Or run the country?
Due process.
Yeah, but how do we know what people are coming into the country?
So vetting. We incentivize people to go through the vetting process by providing a quick pathway to citizenship.
Absolutely, and like honestly, the simple fact of the matter is, like, if we really wanted to improve the processes for getting into the country, then we should invest in the border, not just say, oh, shut it down, don't let people in. But how about we actually pass some type of bipartisan legislation that funds the border, funds judges, funds the border security, gives access to more drones, speeds up the process instead of just, you know, doing hateful and harmful things that hurt the process of getting into the country. Also, hey, do you know what you said you live in Texas?
Yes, sir.
Do you know everyone that lives in Oklahoma?
Yes, sir.
You know everyone that lives in Oklahoma?
I'm close to Oklahoma, but no.
Sure, but do you know everyone that lives in Oklahoma?
No.
Okay, so should the people that live in Oklahoma, since you don't know them, should they be able to come into Texas?
It is part of the United States.
But still, I mean, you don't know them. Anyone could just be coming from Oklahoma. Like there could be criminals. There could be criminals of all different races coming from Oklahoma. Like, why are you letting people come from Oklahoma to Texas?
Of course. Okay, so difference is, one, most of those people that live in Oklahoma have a U.S. citizenship or they're here on visa, compared to people that are coming illegally.
There's a high crime rates in Oklahoma. There's a lot of criminals there. What about that?
Of course. So
and also, you know, they got blue magic. Kids, if you don't know what blue magic is, look it up.
I don't know what blue magic is.
Yeah, Google it later.
Yeah. Anyways, but don't you think we have to worry about first all the people that are violent in our country, and then
Donald Trump is Donald Trump put 1,500 violent criminals back out. Well, not all,
And
but
also,
15 more.
Are you worried about Donald
100
Trump?
more criminals. Exactly. He said that shouldn't we worry about the criminals in our country first? Donald Trump is literally letting criminals out on the street and importing criminals. Like he literally brought the Tate brothers here. He's importing criminals. He brought El Chapo's family into the United States. He's importing criminals. You can't talk about that. Not when Donald Trump is literally putting more crime on our streets.
We've been trying to bring in the narcos since the 90s. I mean, I've lived this.
I don't know if you can say that on live. I don't think you can say that on live. I got to go on to the next person, everyone. If you want to support Santana and I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description, the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, everybody. Venmo, Cash App, PayPal is in the pinned comment on YouTube.
Not someone in the chat trying to defend the Tate brothers. Yes, they're literally charged for trafficking all around the world.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 32.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Not sport, but I just want to continue to.
Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Oh, 37.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yeah.
Okay, why so?
Well, I've lived my life through the 80s and 90s, and times have changed in the 2000s. But I just wanted to fill in on a couple things that y'all were debating about earlier. So what are your inputs on DEI?
Yeah, here, we'll talk about in a second. Everybody on YouTube, make sure that thumbs up, everyone. On DEI, I think DEI is really important. It's good in certain contexts, specifically to help out communities in which have been marginalized by the system, specifically. Right. And
okay, so you think DEI should be implemented mostly? I mean, not mostly, but you think a good percentage. Let's say 50-50.
Quick temperature check, if you don't mind, Parker. Quick temperature check. What's quote unquote DEI?
Diversity, equality, and inequity. So that's either way.
That's not it. Also, like I don't want to know what it stands for. I want to know what is it. You're trying. Hold on. Just to verify, you're saying diversity, equity, and inclusion.
Let's just make a point.
No. This is a quick temperature check, and I promise you, I'll let you go back to Parker. So it's diversity, equity, and inclusion.
You got to say.
Sure, but what is it?
So you think that people should be
no
put
just
in
tell
a
me what it
position
is.
Based on race?
Hey, listen, friend, I need you to tell me what quote unquote DEI is before you move forward with this conversation.
Okay, so I come from a blue collar workplace.
Sure, I do too, but what is DEI?
So you think diversity and equality?
Equity. Yeah, we're not even going that far yet. I promise you. Just what is it?
Let's just make a point.
No. Just tell me what it is.
So if somebody was doing brain surgery on you, and would you want a DEI or somebody that's most qualified to work on your brain?
What is DEI?
It's just a fucking question, man.
What is DEI?
Because evidently you're trying to avoid the question. You're trying to, what's the definition?
Hey brother, what is DEI?
Man. Because if somebody is
you think
most
DEI means black,
it
doesn't. It doesn't mean black. You're wrong.
I'm not saying it has to do anything with being somebody with this black.
You literally said race. You said
ethnicity.
Wait. You just said that we made it into a race thing, but you brought up race first. You said DEI was that we're wanting someone to be in a position of power simply because of their race, but you're not understanding.
Okay, so then
can I please finish? Can I please finish? You're not understanding that DEIA is something that's applicable outside of the context of race as well. It's applicable in the context of people specifically who get help, who have disabilities, who are veterans, based upon sexuality, based upon gender identity, right? There are plenty of things specifically as a reason as to why we would have DEIA within the context of our system meant to benefit communities, historically speaking, that have been marginalized by the system.
So then what percentage of that is put in the medical field?
What's that?
What percentage of DEI is put in the medical field then? If that's what you want.
What the fuck does this? What do you mean? What percentage is
he doesn't know what he's saying because he doesn't know what it is, Parker.
Literally though.
Look, like you talk to me like I'm
question,
stupid, but I'm not stupid.
You're making a stupid point.
No, that I'm pointing out something.
Question. Can you tell me what
point is blank? If you had somebody, if you had to have brain surgery, and you depicted if you wanted somebody that was most qualified or DEI, who would you pick?
Dude, you're assuming that DEI means that they're not qualified. DEI does not mean that they are not qualified, right? I don't know where you're getting this idea. Let me ask you this question because this might clarify even further. Can you tell me what DEIA policy you disagree with?
What do you
shut up,
dude! Like you're
a child. Be quiet. You can't listen to a question.
You're acting like a child, man. See, there's people that can have different.
Shut up. Shut up. I hate people that are like this. Like, dude, like, please just listen to the question. I'm literally asking you a question and you're like purposefully not listening to the question. Why do I have to talk to people that act like you? Like, please stop. And I forget
this was on me, Parker. I'm sorry. I think I broke him.
You're good. Don't worry. Can you tell me what?
I did 8.5 years in prison, so like you're not about to break me.
Can I speak?
But like,
can you listen to my question?
I'm gonna listen to you, but you're acting like a 2-year-old that's throwing a temper tantrum. Like, if you want to say something, be like,
bud, have some emotional regulation and stop talking while the host is speaking. If you're gonna start
screaming, my 2-year-old has speaking more manners than you do.
The host was just speaking, bud. Stop talking while the host speaks.
Go ahead. I'm waiting.
Can you tell me a DEIA policy that Kamala Harris supports that you disagree with?
I mean, there's multiple, but
name one.
I mean, you want to go political, but you got to look at a view.
Sure, just name one.
Look. I'm not going to sit on here. I'm going to be honest with you. I'm not going to sit on here and debate like.
This is a debate.
We need to look at policies, but look.
This is the actual debate. Okay. That's why you're up here. Name one.
No, I'm going to look at how things are in the real world.
Sure, but this is a debate. Name one.
Yeah, so name one DEIA policy that Kamala Harris supports that you disagree with. Has to scroll on. You have to go search machine. It up. He's going to go look it up on ChatGPT.
Yeah. Anna, thank you for the 1. Yeah, combination. And D, thank you for the 5. Yes. Parker Santana tag team. Absolutely. Thank you.
Claire, thank you so much for the $25. Thank you, Claire. I really appreciate it. Give some W's for Claire in the comment section right now. I really don't like raising my voice, I guess. Listen to the damn question. Like,
when I told him to actually say what it was that like, you know, broke his wiring. He couldn't get through his hateful talking points.
Well, I'm just waiting for y'all to just get everything out because
Basically,
you're the one who
policy
can't
for
get
us,
it
bud?
out. You can't tell us the policy
No,
that Kamala Harris
because
supports you
instead
disagree
of
with.
basing anything off merit, you go off.
Sure.
DEI.
Did you find that policy for us?
Wait,
So then also no, you want to look at policy, but the thing is, you can go off day by day. All right, who has the most merit to do the job?
Kamala Harris.
Okay, so someone that slept their way to the top.
Okay,
How many voters did she have to sleep with?
yeah, how many?
I mean, she's $20 million in debt after getting $1 billion donated.
Donald
to
Trump
her
went
campaign.
bankrupt
He's just
6
gonna keep
times.
making up new lies after he gets disproven
So-
on this point.
so no,
Who did-
look,
wait. Tell me
no,
one.
you wanna say
Tell me.
Donald Trump?
Listen. Oh my God, he doesn't let me speak. Tell me one person that Kamala Harris slept with that led her to the top.
Well, one of the politicians in California that slept her
What's
way
their
to
name?
the top went from, I don't know the guy's name.
So by the way, she slept with this person to get to the top, but you don't even know who the person is.
I can't remember the guy's name.
But you know
I'm
who
gonna say
Kamala
it
Harris
like
is.
this.
That's what I thought. So
But-
well,
Wait,
you have no
remember
clue. You have no clue. You just made that up to deflect away from everything we're talking about. You still can't mention we'll talk about this in a second. This whole idea that you think that Kamala Harris quote unquote slept to the top. We'll talk about that in a second. Tell me one single DEIA policy that she supports that you disagree with.
And then after you do that, go back and tell me what is DEIA.
Well, then why couldn't she give?
That's not the answer, bud.
Okay, so then why couldn't she give a podcast?
That's
Why
not the
couldn't
answer,
she do it?
bud. Hey, is that a policy?
Yeah, name a DEIA policy that you disagree with that Kamala Harris supported.
And y'all keep muting me. So like, dude, like, what's up, man? Like, it seems like anything that I point out.
How many beers? How many beers? Like, how many beers have you had tonight?
Oh, more than your mom.
Okay, so how many? Like what?
Wait, what? That's not even how you use that one.
Yeah, like my mom doesn't like beer. Like, what's your point?
No,
more than your mom.
Oh, okay, man. Look.
Oh my God.
So
like he thought that was an own. Like I can't believe that. That was
Thought that he
embarrassing.
really burned you.
Let's look at another aspect, because there was another thing that you were talking about earlier about.
No, name
don't
the
pivot.
policy.
How many beers? How many beers have you had tonight?
Oh, none.
That's surprising. Now, okay, so again, tell us a single
Surprising.
DEIA policy that Kamala Harris supports that you disagree with.
So let me ask you a question. Since you asked my age at the beginning, how old are you?
Why can't you answer the question?
I'm 23 years old, buddy.
23, and you haven't even lived life, man.
Sure, I'm 37. Yeah. So, but what about that policy, bud?
So look, you can look at it a different aspect as
Yeah,
you're
I can look at the
racially
policy
charged
as well.
with different things, because you're looked
Sure.
down just of or that.
Sure,
of
you
your
said I'm
ethnicity.
racially charged. How about you racially charge that policy for me, bud? What's the policy?
The only reason why y'all went for Kamala because y'all wanted the first black woman.
Sure. Hey, bud, what about that policy?
I mean, y'all keep going
that
on a
DEIA policy
but
that you disagree with.
What? How y'all go off merit? There's no merit there.
What's the policy?
There was
bud?
no merit in your background because you're an idiot. You have no clue what's
I'm
going
an
on. You
idiot.
can't even answer one question. You said that Kamala Harris, you disagree with her because of specifically DEIA policy, but you can't mention a
So
single
then why
DEIA
would she
policy
get
that you
everybody
disagree with that she
that's at a
supports.
Diddy party to go fucking campaign?
The only
for
one
her?
that was good friends.
Why
was
would she
fucking
have somebody up there doing a concert instead of actually?
The only person that was friends with Diddy, that was close with Diddy, was Donald Trump. Take a fucking listen here.
I love Diddy. You know, he's a good friend of mine. He's a good guy. Is he a good guy?
I don't want to answer that
Oh,
question.
well, I think he's a good guy. I'm going to stick up for him.
Also, Diddy would have been able to name the DEIA policy by now. Hey, you got that policy for us, bud? He is so raging on mute. He has. Thank you for the I don't know what that was.
He's
That
about to
was
rage
cool,
quit.
though.
How much you want to bet, Chad?
Drop. He is. Oh, I know he is.
Who's gonna rage quit, man?
Yeah.
Like you can't push me, man.
Okay, cool. Name the policy.
I bet I
more
could. You want to
UFC
bet? You
than
want to
you.
bet? I bet I could. I actually bet I
Break
could.
him. Parker's gonna break him.
That's why you was talking about
wait.
abortion earlier.
Hold on.
that people should be
Let me go
put in
first. Let me
jail
go first.
and
Let
this
me go
and that.
first.
But
Hey.
if women just closed their legs and made a decision
Hey,
instead of having safe sex,
quick question
they
for you.
wouldn't have to worry about abortion.
Sure. Quick question for you. What are your pronouns?
What the fuck? What kind of retard shit is that, man? I'm a
listen,
man.
and the slur.
You're fucking gross.
Listen,
bro.
listen, fucking slurred.
Literally horrible, bro. It's like he does that purposefully to get kicked off the stream. Like, MAGA Cries, thank you so much for the $5. You're good, don't worry. Thank you so much, MAGA Cries. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Get some W's from MAGA Cries in the comment section. Claire with the $25 again. Thank you so much, Claire. I really appreciate it. If you want to support Santana and I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube, as well as you can support me over YouTube Super Chat, over or also on the pinned comment on YouTube. We should be live here for another 33 minutes or so, and then I will be getting off for tonight, everyone.
Hey, but Parker, didn't I say I could make him rage quit?
Yeah, you definitely could.
That's literally what he did. They're so soft. They're so soft.
So soft. So soft that he literally had to use a slur. That's crazy.
He literally slurred and crashed out.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
What's up, Parker?
Do you support Donald Trump?
Oh, hell no.
Nice. Let's go on to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. Yo, what's up? How old are you? Let's go to the next person. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Please, everyone, only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen, everyone. We are just looking for some debates. Blood Moon, thank you so much for the $7. Thank you. Santiago, again, thank you for the $2. Thank you. Carrie, thank you so much for the $5. Yes, they for some reason, Santiago, they think that being white, cis, and straight and being a man literally means that somehow you're qualified. Like, that's what they believe. Bridget, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Catch a Bottle, thank you so much. I appreciate the $2. Skyrider, thank you so much for the $5. Yes, the first one. Santiago, thank you for the $2. Julian, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. I think I'm caught up. Mikey, thank you for the $5. Jocelyn, thank you so much for the $5. Lucas with the $5. Thank you.
Can I say a couple of thank yous?
Yeah, absolutely. Go for it.
Gucci, thank you for the $5. Yes, they absolutely criticize her, but he never answers any questions. Kevin, thank you for the $5. Listen, they hate it when I call him Bud. That's why I always do it. And Dale, thank you for the $3. Pronouns break them every time. Like, literally, it's their kryptonite. Also, Hype Phantom, thank you for the $9.99 over on YouTube. Said, my guy, you're not letting the host speak. You're running from questions. You're accusing them of not having manners when you have no manners yourself. Louis C.K. in a crowded movie. Thank you so much for the $9.99. I appreciate it.
I think he just got mad because he didn't know what a pronoun was. That's totally what it was. And that's he got pissed off. He got super pissed off. He's like, dude, I don't even know what that means. Like, liberals are using all these words. I don't know what they mean.
Oh, my side hurts. Oh, he didn't.
Oh my God.
Yo, what's up? How old are you? How old are you?
Oh, I'm sorry. I was an accident.
You're good. Don't worry. Let's go on the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria listed on the screen. We are just looking for some debates. Only send a guest request if you meet that set of criteria on the screen, everyone.
Someone in the chat said, he said, what did you call me?
Yo, hello.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
19, March 4th,
Donald Trump?
2000. Oh, I just want to tell you something. If y'all support him, just know he has now released.
We did just get a second flag, so I do have like 30 minutes left on the stream, everyone. We're going to hit a quick restart. I think I'm not going to restart on the main account. We're going to restart on the third account. Parker, get a real job just because it's only going to be like a 30-minute live to end it. I would recommend everyone here for the 4.7 thousand people here on TikTok. Follow me here if you haven't already. This is where I go live every single day, so make sure to follow me here if you haven't, as well as go subscribe to my YouTube. I would really appreciate it. We're on the route to 300,000 subs right now. I'd really appreciate if you go join the 3,000 people there and actually hit that thumbs up, everyone. I think we have like 1,500 likes right now. I would really appreciate it if we can get up to 3,000. That would be fucking amazing. We have just like 1,600, I think, right now. So I'd really appreciate it.
Name 2 other things Ted Danson was in. Go.
Oh my God.
You got a thing for the fucking Silver Foxes, by the way. That's nuts.
Oh God.
That is crazy.
I don't know what you're talking about.
We don't shame here. We don't shame here, but that's 3 is a trend. I'm just gonna say that 3 is a trend.
Wait, was he Curb Your Enthusiasm?
Don't read this. 3
I'm
Men
not.
and a Baby. 3 Men and a Baby, which you never saw.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't.
What else was he in? He was in.
Oh,
What
he
was
was on CSI.
No, was he?
He yeah.
He was that lead in Becker for a long time.
I'm reading the chat. Yeah, I did already go to Dr. Scrag Live and one about it, chat. And one about it. And I'll be there later.
Nerds, I want to know this specific thing. He was in a show that was, I think, for like a season or two only. That he was like the head of a town. He was like the mayor of a town. What was that show called? You fucking nerds. It was a very irreverent show. No, not. It was called The Mayor. Was it called The Mayor? Mr. Mayor.
Oh, I do think it was Mr. Mayor.
It was a weird show, and I really liked it.
Oh
no, Mayor of L.A.
Mayor of L.A.
A lot of people seem to say Mr.
Wait,
Mayor.
this is such a fun game. It's like you asking me if I know things about like that other generations enjoy. That's fun. I like that.
Ted Danson, Mr. Mayor.
Ted Danson. He is a good looking man.
This show is so friggin' good. Bobby Moynihan and Helly Hunter were in it.
Oh, I love Bobby Moynihan.
Where is this playing? Where can you find this? Amazon Prime for free?
For free. Oh, we know what GT's doing.
It was 2 seasons, and it was so good. Or maybe I'm just remembering it wrong. But I thought it was a very funny show, and it deserved more than 2 seasons. Mr. Mayor. It was great. And Bobby Moynihan is fucking hilarious, and that was the main reason why I liked it.
Oh my god, did you see Heidi Gardner is leaving Saturday Night Live?
I did.
That's so.
Alrighty, do give it a second, everyone. All right. Also, Santana, I need to call you after this, and I got to tell you about everything that I'm going to be doing this next week.
Yes.
And I also I need to like set stuff up too, so like that'll be the perfect time to do so. Nishan, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $2. Thank you. Alrighty, everyone. We're probably gonna get like 1 or 2 more guests on tonight, everyone, and then we will end it for today. Just letting everyone know.
Also, Karen, thank you for the 20 for throwing the pronouns at the guests. And
shit, my bad.
You're good.
Also, Rad, thank you for the go back here. Rad, thank you for the 5 over on Super Chat. Do you see North Koreans went back to North Korea where they from the future generation of their families were forced into unpaid labor camps. Holy shit. I had to look that up. I think he was talking about, I can't remember what he was talking about. But anyway, Rad, thank you.
Alicia, thank you so much for the $2. Absolutely. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
18.
What's your birth year?
2007.
Do you support Donald Trump?
I do.
Why so?
I just believe he's much better than the last president and vice president.
And why is that?
He just I think he's just a lot more. I mean, the 4 years that he had from 2016 to 2020 were just, I don't know how to explain it, but I just feel like those 4 years compared to Biden's 4 years were just tremendously different, just from top to bottom. And
okay. Can you name one policy Biden passed that you disagree with?
I'll start with the border then. I want to talk the border, actually. That was kind of my main thing that I want to talk about, because it is very expensive to have people coming across the way that they were when Biden was in office.
Okay, expensive? No, it actually was like less expensive for the country, because it is the case that like more people come to the country increases tax revenues. And actually, if you want to reference the immigration surge that happened in the Biden-Harris administration, it will increase the GDP size by $8.9 trillion by 2034, according to the Congressional Budget Office and Nonpartisan Committee from the federal government. Winnie, thank you so much. I appreciate the $20 on YouTube Super Chat. Thank you so much.
You don't think Medicare got screwed up because of giving all the Medicare to all these immigrants and people that don't contribute to the country that are just coming across the border?
Immigrants do contribute to the country, and undocumented immigrants were not receiving
a lot
Medicaid.
don't. A lot don't. They
Immigrants
just about all do.
Immigrants have a higher labor force participation rate than natural born U.S. citizens. Did you know that? So the idea that you had is just a complete made up fabricated lie.
Not really.
Yeah,
I mean, they don't. Trust me, I've seen it. I've worked with some. A lot of which don't even. I don't know. You couldn't even find them if you tried.
What?
Like, none of them. Matter of fact, that I've worked with some. Let's put it this way: with roofing and stuff like that. Some of them, you ask them like, where do you stay? All this. Where are you from? They can't give you anything. And yeah, I don't know.
You don't. Really quick, I'm sorry. Do you understand why Parker said that undocumented immigrants add to the labor force at a higher rate than natural-born citizens?
Probably because they're searching for work, some of them, but I don't. To what extent, though? Some of them don't.
Because of the age that they come into the country versus the amount of time that younger people, Americans, actually don't contribute to the workforce. So literally, these undocumented immigrants that are coming into the U.S., paying taxes and adding to our country.
Paying taxes, yeah, right.
They do.
They don't. None of the ones that I work
in
with.
2022, undocumented immigrants paid $100 billion in taxes. If you want them to pay greater levels of taxes, well, then give them a pathway to citizenship, and they will very, very happily do so.
Yeah, I just don't agree with this at all because the things that I see, it just doesn't happen that way. It just doesn't. I see it from
What does that even mean?
people
The
that
things that you see doesn't happen. What does that even mean?
the people that I work with pay no taxes. None.
So then when you
Because they get taxed. Why do they get taxed?
What are you telling me?
It doesn't make any sense. Not for me, at least. Not on a small level, because it doesn't make a difference. And that's in my opinion, shouldn't have because they don't. I don't know. They don't contribute to.
So you don't know?
Not directly. No, I'll give you that.
So then why are you saying that he did if you don't even know?
Because he did, though. He gave people free Medicare that shouldn't have it, and it hurt everybody else that contribute, and they don't.
Okay, you
It's
can't
kind of
even
social
mention what
programs.
he did. You have no clue what he did.
That's exactly what he did.
You said
I
you don't
can't
know.
give you the exact
You
day
have
or
no clue what he
time.
did. Wait, no. Describe what he did again.
He gave free Medicare to people who should not have free Medicare, who didn't have free Medicare, and it took away from everyone that
Who did he give
contributes.
Who did he give Medicare access to that
Immigrants.
didn't have it prior?
Immigrants.
What? When did he extend access to Medicare for immigrants? Immigrants already in the country or received access to Medicare, given that they're in the country legally.
I think that's also a problem. No, I remember he extended
Wait,
some.
wait, I'm sorry.
Wait.
Let me give you an example. My girlfriend's dad is an immigrant. He was born in Mexico and he immigrated to this country.
I have family that are immigrants as well.
Can you shut up and listen?
Sorry about that. Yeah, I'll listen.
Okay. He came from Mexico. It is the case that he's legally in the country. He's a citizen. When he reaches the age of 65 years old, should he receive Medicare?
If he is a citizen, sure. But a lot of people that are not citizens are receiving
there are immigrants
Medicare.
that are citizens, and those immigrants deserve Medicare, correct?
Yeah, but that's not what's happening. That's what I'm getting at. Like these people that are coming into the country under Biden and Harris were not citizens.
Wait, disproportionately they were, right? And the immigration surge that happened under the Biden-Harris administration, that specifically was actually good. It's going to lead to an $8.9 trillion increase in GDP by 2034. And will increase our ability to be able to pay for things like Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid. The big, beautiful bill itself actually is going to increase the likelihood in which it becomes insolvent by 2032.
All right, well, I kind of touched up on my point. I guess I tried, but it didn't really work. I'm going to be honest with you. This is a lot more of a difficult stage than I previously anticipated it to be. So I'll give you guys that. A little bit. My heart started racing. All right, I'll see you guys. Have a good night.
Wait, real quick. Hey, just if you get a moment, go take a look at it, and like the things that you're saying are just like they're easily disprovable. So I mean, like,
yeah, but insurance is ruined. You can admit that insurance is crazy. My insurance, like to pay with insurance if I were to go to a doctor, is worse than if I were to just pay the upfront bill that they give you.
Hey, it's about to get worse.
By the way, like if you think insurance is so ridiculous, well, then what we should do is we should run insurance through a non-for-profit system, right? Non-profit system, which would be through the context of the government. All it's doing is having the process managed without profit. That's all it is. The same infrastructure that exists to manage it right now can be used specifically to manage it in the context of a Medicare for all based system. It's just there isn't a for-profit middleman between you and your doctor. That makes money off of denying access to care.
And just an FYI, with the passing of the BBB and all the people losing access to their health insurance, it's going to drive private health insurance up as well. So again, get ready to pay more.
No, I definitely will.
All right. Appreciate you coming up. All right. Last person for today, everyone. Last person. If you're on YouTube, hit that thumbs up, everyone. Let me see how many likes. How many likes do we have on YouTube, everyone? Let me know on YouTube. If you're on YouTube, let me know how many likes we have.
Sarah, thank you for the 5. Yes, that's not only a great resource, but a great read. So you should definitely check that out. And also, Dale, thank you for the 5. I'm sorry you had to share a name with them.
1.8. Everyone keep liking that stream. Let's try to get to 2,000 before it ended. I would really appreciate if we can get to 3,000 though. I'd really appreciate it. Yo, what's up? How old are you?
Hey, 26.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes and no.
If you could go back in time and you could either vote for Kamala Harris or Donald Trump, who would you vote for?
You know, it's going to sound like a joke. I stand by who I did vote for, which was the dead gorilla from Cincinnati. I live in a Democrat.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
49.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, I do.
And why is that?
Because I thought he was good on immigration. His policies was great.
Okay. Which policies?
Well, whenever Biden revoked the no or remain in Mexico, he should have kept.
Okay.
His terrorists.
Okay. What else?
Well, I was going to bring it up for one thing. I live in Illinois, and we spent $2.5 billion in illegal immigrants on healthcare alone last year.
I thought
you think that's
wait,
not
do you believe in states' rights?
states' rights? Yes.
Oh, then you're totally okay with it. Now, can you tell me what a tariff is?
A terrorist to bring money into the country from other countries that's not paying their fair share.
So you said, wait, what is a tariff?
You heard me.
Sorry, I didn't. I apologize.
Demonstrate it for us one more time.
He left? What?
What just happened?
That was brutal. That was brutal. Let's go on the next person, everyone. Only send a guest request if you meet the set of criteria on the screen. If you want to support Santana or I, Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, link tree in the bio, as well as the description of the YouTube. Leanne, thank you so much. Really appreciate the $10. Thank you. And Amanda, thank you so much for the $5. Thank you. Thank you. Let's go on to the next person, everybody. Only send a guest request again if you meet that set of criteria on the screen.
Hello.
Yo, what's up? How old are you?
I'm 40 years old, sir.
Do you support Donald Trump?
Yes, 100%.
And why is that?
So I'm Native American. He signed 3 bills in his last presidency that benefited us, gave back the Little Shell tribe, which is not my tribe, but my wife's tribe. And, the funding for the native language programs and the reconditioning of the compensation for the Spokane tribe. If you want to, because you always say name policies. So that was codified and put into law. So yeah.
Was that's
one of the main things. If to be honest, I wouldn't know if it was bipartisan. I'm just going off the top of my head. I'm not sure if it was. I don't think there was really too much pushback because this was for Preservation Act, right? The Native American Language Preservation Act, to be more specific.
Okay,
and for the tribe of the Chippewa too in Montana.
So he just extended federal grant programs that already existed after the bipartisan support where it cleared through the House and the Senate. So it seems like Democrats also support that. It's not unique to Trump. So is there something maybe unique to Trump that you would support?
Well, I can extrapolate a little bit further into this, right? So the whole thing, right? The tribal, if you look up tribal sovereignty and self-governance, right? He expressed support for self-governance among Native nations and sought to reduce federal interference with tribal affairs. And that's more of where on the lines of where I align with Trump is we want to keep out the federal government from our tribal land because we have sovereignty, right? If you look up who we are and the people, what we represent as a nation. Oh, he's raising his hand. Go ahead, sir. You want to say something?
Oh, you can finish making your point.
And so due to his emphasis on tribal sovereignty and the potential for economic growth within the reservations, it actually provides a lot of growth for us, right? And nobody's ever done this. We haven't had a president that's actually gone into it this far and has actually said, and there's actually pictures of several tribes inside the White House that actually came in. People will call them celebs on the left, if that's what you want. You can do the ad hominems, that's fine. But these are people that I represent, that I take very strongly, and I have a deep reverence for these people. So if you could respect that, I'd very much appreciate that.
Yeah. So if you want to reference like self-governance, is there any policy Trump supports that it relates to self-governance that would be different than what Democrats support, and that would just be partisan?
Well, that's the thing is there was never no inception of this. So nobody literally came up with these ideas before him. That's my whole point is if we wouldn't have got Trump, we wouldn't have got these things. All we would have got was the same old policies that we have gotten for the last decade since the affirmative action.
Would you like to know what you got with Trump?
Go ahead if you want to.
Trump,
sure.
Trump cut $24 billion, or you guys are set to lose, and indigenous people are set to lose $24 billion under Donald Trump, and including this coming fiscal year. The actual colleges that support different indigenous people, including 1.5 billion to the Bureau of Indian Education, also 250 million a year to 37 different tribes. They're cutting multiple grants and resources for indigenous people to be able to attend school, like literally
schools. 20. You're specifically talking about schools, sir. So you're specifically
I called out the school.
This is a false dilemma.
Sure, I called out the school, but again, literally, Donald Trump has cut $24 billion from indigenous tribes across the country. $24 billion worth of funding, and I highlighted the schools.
Specifically in school.
I highlighted the schools. I can tell you about the rest of it, but literally, I highlighted the schools because education is important. I mean, like that's one of the best, not best, but like that's one of the greatest things.
Do you know what tribal sovereignty is?
I think that's one of the greatest things.
Do you know what tribal sovereignty is?
I think that's one of the greatest things.
Name an administration that ever enhanced tribal sovereignty. Did any administration ever enhance tribal sovereignty?
Can I finish my sentence? Again, giving education to indigenous people is one of the best things that this country can do because of what they actually did to indigenous people. And again, cutting $24 billion worth of funding from indigenous people across
school is?
Go ahead.
You know what these schools are? These are boarding schools.
Justify losing the $24 billion. Go ahead.
Okay, so these are boarding schools. Do you know what a boarding school is? Do you know what forced school amongst our people? Do you know the history of what we were put in?
Is TCU a boarding school?
TCU is not. And yes,
so
some of those places have lost funds.
TCU is set to lose 97% of the funding that they have allocated for indigenous people. So, okay. Anyway, go ahead and justify losing the $24 billion.
So I'm not justifying anything, and it would actually be rationalizing if you actually want to say.
Okay, rationalize losing $24 billion.
And it's not that. It's actually it's the schools. Like I said specifically.
Again, we don't even have to talk about the schools. Talk about the rest. Rationalize losing $24 billion in funding for over 1,700 tribes across the country. Justify
and I couldn't. I'm not justifying that. What I'm talking about specifically is he asked me, what does Trump, can he name some stuff? And the thing is, what I'm naming is the enhanced tribal sovereignty, right? We've never had a tribal sovereignty like this before. And he's the only president to actually guarantee us tribal sovereignty. If you actually understand what tribal sovereignty, and that's fine if you don't. I'm not trying to one up you. I'm not narcissistic.
Could you provide what you're specifically referencing in terms of that? Because again, what you're referencing is bipartisan support. I don't know why it would specifically be unique to Trump. I don't think Trump uniquely created the conversation.
Right. This wouldn't be. No, you're right. It wouldn't be uniquely to Trump. No, that wouldn't. It's just in this. I've never seen an administration, and Kamala Harris, this is my other get back, and she didn't have anything like this. Or excuse me, Kamala, she didn't have anything.
Are you saying that she wouldn't have signed this into law?
I don't know. I don't have I'm not a psychic, so I wouldn't know. She probably would. I would say she would.
Supported bipartisan, so if she would have signed it into law, it's not unique to Trump. The idea that you're saying it's
it was literally his administration's idea. Whose idea was it? Who put it on the table, right? Just because she would have signed something like this, we don't even know if she would even have presented something like this, right?
Can you give me a source that indicates he was the first one to talk about it and that there wasn't support bipartisanly of this prior?
That's kind of loaded.
It's not loaded. I'm just asking you, is there any evidence you have that he brought up this conversation and that conversation did not exist prior?
Name some legislation besides affirmative action that ever got passed by any president.
Am I going to have a response to specifically what I said?
Not specific to that, no, because I'm not going to lie. I don't have enough data for that. It would be, and that's not my whole thing. Is like I said, is our sovereignty. Right. A lot of people don't understand what sovereignty means to a Native American. You guys just look at it as just a word on a piece of paper and you learned about it in school. But we take that very seriously. And that was my whole point, is that he has enhanced our sovereignty and it's going to be enhanced. Yes, the money's been cut. I'm not going to deny that.
In what way?
by the legislation, by giving back the land that we were been promised, that is our land, by us getting this land back to us, right? That actually leads us to more land. We're more able to have more programs, and we're more sovereign.
Again, like what I asked you specifically is like, what's unique to Trump? And if you can't provide something unique to Trump, well, then it seems like both sides support this. Therefore, it's not unique to one side. Therefore, it wouldn't be reason to support one candidate over the other, because there is no distinction in the particular views that they have.
Also, I still want to talk about this 24 billion and including the actual indigenous farmers that literally lost so much money, funds, crops, all this other stuff from the freezing that Donald Trump did of the actual funds to those indigenous farms. Like literally, Donald Trump has been devastating indigenous people all across the country by his policies. And yes, I know I said education, but you can talk about farmers, you can talk about like multiple factors that are being impacted. Like I'm looking at all of this right now, and I'm not disrespecting the actual sovereignty, which I think is important, but that is something that from what I'm finding so far, it was a bipartisan nature and effort, which it should have been. Like who in their right minds would actually be questioning whether there should be tribal sovereignty? Like Donald Trump, yes, he did something that he should have done, but literally he is costing indigenous people, tribes across this country, $24 billion.
Yeah, like that would be something uniquely that he's doing that's worse, but we wouldn't be able to point to something that he's uniquely doing that would make conditions better.
And just for anyone in the chat wondering, I wasn't saying that that universities are getting 24 billion. There's multiple grants that
did they just leave? Okay, I think they just left. They might have accidentally done that. Dr. Dishes, how old are you? Hello? Are you there? Oh,
I'm here. Sorry.
For sure. And do you support Donald Trump?
No, but that guy does not speak for Native American.
Okay. Oh, I appreciate you coming up. Thank you so much. Thank you. I really appreciate you so much. I appreciate you. I want to make sure I can catch everyone real quick. And before I get off everyone.
And can I just say real quick, so the $24 billion that is being frozen, it's not about the schools. They're freezing fundings across the country that impacts access for states, for tribes, government, municipalities, nonprofit organizations, schools, and other entities. So there's like multiple facets of what's being frozen when it comes to that $24 billion. So it's not just schools, but I highlighted schools because, again, one of the good things that this country, in my opinion, does for indigenous people is the way that they actually provide education for them, or access to education, I should say.
Absolutely. What was their account name again? If not, I was going to say thank you to people and then get off for tonight.
I honestly don't remember. Sorry.
I don't remember their name either. Club, thank you for the 5 member subscription. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much, Club.
It wasn't Dr. Dishes. That's the other person that came up.
Yeah, I don't see them in the guest box. I think they did purposely leave. Okay. All right, everyone. I'm gonna say thank you to some people, and then I'm gonna get off for today. I appreciate everyone coming through, everyone. It has been a fantastic day. I would appreciate if everyone went over to the YouTube stream and liked it, everyone. I think we're super close to 2,000 likes. If not, we have hit there. We're almost there. We're at 1950. I'd really appreciate if you hit the like button. I'd really, really appreciate it. I'd really appreciate it. I think I am fully. Let me make sure I've caught up on YouTube, and if not, I will hop off. Sonny, thank you so much for the £2.50. Thank you. Fun P, thank you so much for the $2. Sasha, thank you so much for the $2. Thank you. I really appreciate it. PJ, thank you so much for the $10. Thank you. As well as Code, thank you so much. I really appreciate the $5. Thank you. I think I'm fully caught up, everyone. I appreciate everyone coming through tonight. Tomorrow I will be on later in the day. I would go check out my YouTube channel, everyone. I'd really, really, really appreciate if you go check out my YouTube channel. It would mean a lot. It'd mean a lot. Appreciate you very, very much. And I'm going to get off, everyone. Thank you, everyone, for coming up.
Parker, thank you for having me. I appreciate you.
Of course, of course.
See ya.
All right, everyone. Have a great night, everyone. Peace out. Peace out. Good night, everyone. I love y'all so much.